is they the MMA is kicking them all over the place right now in combat sport, in 101 combat sport, because what boxing did this past weekend, um, it was horrible. It was horrible. So, we live. Let's get into it, fellas. First of all, how y'all fellas doing out there tonight? It's a rainy and dreary day where I'm at. How y'all
Yeah, it's
doing?
rainy. It's raining down this motherfucker too in Colombia. It's been raining off and on for like the last 4 or 5 days, man.
Are you getting any thunderstorms out there or just raining?
Last week 2 days were thunderstorms. Other than that, just showers.
Yeah, that's how it is out here. How is it in Philly, Mark? How you guys are living out there, man?
Heat wave. Yeah, I'm saying 100 degrees today.
Damn.
You had to stay in your car, keep the air on. I was like, man, keeping be hydrated, all that shit. So,
Damn.
and it's gonna be hot tomorrow, and then I think a storm comes after that. Usually, heat wave is followed by a storm. So,
Damn. Is it
it's,
like
it's,
that
it's
all the
hot as
time?
hell.
Is it like dry heat or is it like that
No, no,
humidity?
no. It's the heat that just lean on you. You know what I mean? Where the sun, be looking at you like, yo, I'm gonna be here, fam. So,
Right.
ain't really nothing to do. Yeah, I'm gonna be right here. Like that's
Right.
how I do. So I was just
Right.
like, man, it's muggy, sticky. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be in it too long. You know what I'm saying? This is like if you gotta be outside, if you ain't taking 3 showers, you know what I mean, you kind of dirty. You know what I
Oh,
mean? That's all I can say.
yeah, yeah. I can imagine. I can imagine. That's crazy. Man, that's how it is up here, man. Mervin now, we in the South, we in South Carolina, so it gets like humid and hot.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
It
humid as
gets
fuck.
it gets
yeah.
it get muggy humid out here too. So, man, it's gonna be a hot summer, but
Yeah,
I'm looking
definitely.
forward for it to be hot. Period. I was that cold weather was getting to me a little bit. I think it went into like almost into April, mid-April. It was still getting kind of cold out here. So
Hmm.
I'm looking forward to a little bit of heat, so I can deal with it. So other than that, man, let's give a shout out to YouTube. Let's give a shout out to Blackjack TV, Channel 199, Zingo TV. Shout out to Mile High Radio. Shout out to everybody who's rocking with us, those who are behind the scenes, those who are on the front lines. Shout out to the family. Shout out to Becca. Shout out to Tina. Shout out to the Lullas. The Lullas had a crazy show last night on the poly. They had the poly episode last night talking about polygamy and palygory. I think that's how you pronounce it. It kind of got crazy, man. Mark, I don't know if you saw it last night. I had a chance to see it today, but they were speaking your language, man, talking about having several wives, and you know what I mean. And some of these the swingers out there getting away with it, trying to use it as a cop out. But they were talking your language last night, man. So you may want to check into to that lifestyle, man. That's your speed right there, I think.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, yeah, but they got commitment stuff going on. See, I don't know if I'm doing all of that. You know what I mean? Shoot, that's like 7 girlfriends, man, and then I got to answer to all of them. Nah, I'm good. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
I'm good on that. Yeah, I
Other
mean,
than that, you'd be okay with it though, right? Other than that.
yeah. Other than that, I mean, as long as I get to come and go as I please, I'm all right. You know what I mean? I'm good.
Oh shit! Wow, I know Merv was back there thinking. Merv like, man, I might be able to pull this off, man. It's a money grab. Not only is it a money grab, but it's also an opportunity for me to be able to do what I want to do. Build a whole community in Georgetown.
Yeah.
But
Nah, I think Merv would try it and be like, damn, this is work. Like, you know what I'm saying? I thought it was gonna be fun and games. Like, yo, this is work right here, boy.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, I was
they would have to. They would have to be mentally right.
yes. Hey,
With
Kev,
no
I don't
drama,
care
no stress, none of that.
nigga, I don't care if it's mentally right, mentally wrong. I ain't, nigga, I ain't trying to do that. I am so straight. No disrespect to anybody that does it, that live it. Hey, more power to you. I'm so straight. It was an interesting show, man. They really did a good job with that show. I mean, a lot of knowledge, man, because I was trying to figure out exactly what was the whole, thing behind
Mhm.
that. So they were able to break it down piece by piece, and it was a really, really, really good show, man. So again, Mark, if you get a chance, go back and take a look at it, man.
Yeah. I'm
Put
definitely
the
gonna do that.
application in, man.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that. See what type of knowledge they drop. See if it's something that might be for me. I don't know if it is, but I was like, let me see what the ladies was talking about. You know?
Indeed. So, man, let's talk about it, man. We got the whole situation with the Mayweather fight last night. Boxing got knocked out, man. I don't care what no one says, man. Boxing got knocked out. Nick J, shout out to Nick J. Nick J was on the episode last night as well. She rocked it out with those ladies, man. So shout out to Nick J. Absolutely.
Man. I'm gonna say like this, right? You know, here's the problem that boxing has had all along before the MMA even came on deck the way they came on deck. They refuse to make the fights that the people want to see. And I'm just like, so now it's like, you know, you're stuck with the sideshow becoming the main show because the fights that people want to see, they take way too long to make them. And then after a while, people don't want to see them anymore. You know, UFC makes fights all the time. Now they're facing some different issues as far as, you know, people getting paid, you know what I'm saying? You know, so that's their issue over there, but it's not affecting, you know, the fan base, you know, tuning in the UFC because every fight that they want that needs to get made gets made. And I think with boxing, it's too many promoters. You know, you got, you know what I'm saying, you know, the guy who, oh yeah, well, I was the guy who was around the corner, or my son's a fighter, so now I'm a promoter. I'm just like, you know nothing about promotion. The only thing you are is the father to this son who can fight. You don't know anything about the business, so you mess stuff up along the way. And then usually the father has to be asked to step aside. Then another experienced promoter comes in, and then they have to build from there. So that's step number one that goes wrong, right? So this is how you get to what happened last night, you know, with Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul. I mean, he looked like a guy who can't fight, don't know how to fight, hasn't been in a fight. He looked like that guy, and he looked slow as I don't know what.
I know.
I'm just like, if you were going to sell this, first thing, both of these guys should have sparred with each other numerous times and choreographed it like they do wrestling. When you see a wrestling match, right, they choreograph what's going to happen, so they already go through the practice, you know, and then, you know, they shoot off the fireworks when the match happens. That's what should have happened between them two, because it was like they weren't on the same page. It looked terrible, you know, but people still bought it. And I'm going to tell you one thing, before I get to y'all guys, I'm going to tell you one thing. Even if Floyd Mayweather fights another exhibition and you be like, yo, that was terrible last night, people will still pay to tune in. And I'm going to tell you why, right? He always paints himself as the villain, right? You know what I'm saying? That's number one. Number two, people want to see him get knocked out. People want to see him get beat, which had never happened because in his professional career, you know, when he fought all them times, they didn't beat him in 20 years. So some amateur, you know, ain't going to beat him. I don't care if he was undefeated in MMA. He's a great MMA fighter. He's not beating Floyd Mayweather in boxing. Nobody is, especially no amateur. So sad as I am to say it, it's going to be a market for people that actually want to tune in. I couldn't even believe how many people bought this fight, but a lot of people bought this fight. Right. I seen it for free, and I was mad that I wasted my time. Yeah. I was like, man, you know, I could have been doing something else. Like, man. So that's what I got to say about it, but I like to hear y'all thoughts on it. So, you know what I mean? Go ahead, Shawn, tell me just, what did you think?
I was disappointed, man. I was disappointed. Yeah. I feel like, you know, someone of Mayweather's ilk, his cloth, you know, it's one of those things where, why would you do that? Like, I know it's a money grab. I get it. Yeah. But man, you Mayweather, you're undefeated. You don't need to do that. You one of the greatest, if not the greatest in your class, hands down. No argument, no dispute. You can't argue that because he's the only one in boxing history that has been undefeated, from my knowledge. I think he's the only one, right? Even dating back,
he's the only one who remained undefeated. There's a couple of guys who fought a lot of fights and then they lost later on in their career.
Right.
Julio Cesar Chavez at the top of that list. But then,
Right.
after he got older, you know what I'm saying? He lost. I mean, but that happens. You get
It
older,
happens.
you're probably going to take a L.
Right. And he didn't have to do this. The guy got, unless he's squander a lot of money, he had to get a re-up. You're talking about millions on the table. He probably had to go back and get it. But man, you're talking about your legacy. You're talking about it's just such a gamble, because what if old boy would not come out? Like, let's keep it real. It takes one punch, landed clearly, to hurt somebody, right? And plus, he was giving up a 50-pound advantage, a disadvantage. So it's not like Paul was a small guy. He actually was a big guy in comparison. One good hit to the chin. Mayweather took some hits in his life, but Mayweather's also a little bit older now. So you don't know how that could have made him feel. You know how that could have tapped him the right way. I just didn't like it, man. Merv, what do you think, man? You got a little smirk, man. So what are you thinking, man?
Yo.
Facts, Dahlia. Facts. He's making everyone else rich. Absolutely.
Will people tune in to see a brother? That would be my only worry. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead, Murph.
People tune in to see a brother if the brother does the right marketing for the fight. That's all it is. And like, yo, it's a money grab. I mean, Shawn, for you to be disappointed last night, either you lied to yourself, or you set the wrong fucking expectations. Because it wasn't a fight; it was a goddamn exhibition. It wasn't even a win. No win losses was going to go on the record. Like, they had all this crazy. Matter of fact, nobody can be knocked out. Like, they had all these crazy rules. It was a straight up exhibition. It was a money grab. Yo, like Jay said, you can't knock the hustle. If I'm Floyd and I don't have to worry about losing, I have to go in the ring, do an expedition like goddamn Rocky and Mr. Hulk Hogan at that time, or Apollo Creed and fucking the Russian.
The Russian, yeah.
Hey, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Just think, like, that's like, okay, Shawn, you retired military. You know what I'm saying? So for them years, you got your bread and butter came from military.
Yeah.
That's like them asking you to come do show them how to put some guns together, do an exhibition in front of them, and they're gonna pay you for it. And you really ain't doing nothing. Would you say no? Hell no, you wouldn't say no.
No. But
it was a money grab. Floyd people hate him and love him, right? So a lot of people, like Marc said, a lot of people tune in hoping that Floyd somehow gets embarrassed or some kind of way that they could talk shit about him, because people don't like Floyd. There's no middle. You either hate that motherfucker or you love that motherfucker. And usually when you got that kind of draw, you bring money. Just like Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson can fight right now and will pull in a fucking big ass purse.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Definitely. Because people hate him and love him. So I can't get mad at Floyd for. I wasn't disappointed last night because I didn't have no expectations. It wasn't a real fight to me. It was a nice exhibition that motherfuckers got paid for.
So, I didn't have expectations whatsoever. I didn't even want to watch it. I followed on Twitter. I saw some updates on Twitter just so I can be prepared for tonight. But apart from that, I had no expectations whatsoever. I felt that it's a bad money grab. But again, money is money, right? Hey,
I'm gonna say like this: if we weren't doing this show tonight, I wouldn't have watched it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Facts. But we got to give for other people, tell the people what we thought about it. I'm just saying, and so I did. We did this for y'all. We didn't actually do this for ourselves. We didn't really want to see.
Not at all.
And in my opinion, man, the heavyweights control. I don't know why I want to use the word control. I think they set the market for boxing in general. The boxing won't have a chance to come back until they get to the heavyweight class come back. Just my opinion.
That's the thing. I don't think it's coming back, Merv.
Huh?
I don't think the heavyweight is coming back Honestly,
Yeah, I mean,
that's why I said I don't see boxing coming back.
yeah.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe
Like in my opinion, heavyweights sets the bar for boxing. You know, you got
does.
like, you know, like in high school, for example, you got varsity, JV, B team. The varsity sets the bar. The
Yep.
varsity is good. It usually trickles down to like the JV, the B team, et cetera, is a farm and whatnot. And in boxing, I feel like until I would say happening, but until the heavyweights get back,
Yep.
and we got like true heavyweights, and it's quality heavyweights, then it's
But-
going to affect the rest of boxing, the middle, the super lightweight, the welterweight, and all of that.
Well, not only do the heavyweights need to be good fighters, they have to have great personalities outside the ring where you just want to
Showmanship.
follow what they do day to day.
Yeah.
Like Tyson.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to know what Tyson was doing every minute of the day.
Gravitating.
That's how exciting he was.
Yeah, not great personality. You gotta be gravitating.
Yeah,
you gotta have showmanship. You gotta be able to. You got to sell it.
I'm like,
You know what I
man,
mean?
because I'm like, if you think about it, even like the heavyweights at the top now, the guy, Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, Fury and Wilder fighting again. But I'm just saying, outside of the ring, you don't really even care what they do. Like, you're not following them. Like,
Right.
I'm just
personality.
like, yeah,
you gotta have personality, man.
Yeah, these guys are fighters, but you don't really even know who they are outside the ring. You have no idea. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And you know who they are, but you just don't get like
you
don't care.
You don't care. I don't care.
You just don't care. And,
like, oh boy.
Hey, I'm gonna say something, right? I'm gonna say something. Yo. The heavyweight boxer, it gotta be like a mean, or it gotta be somebody either love or hate. It gotta be a heavyweight mean ass black champion. That's usually when the heavyweight boxing is on it.
It gotta be a
black
heavyweight
champion that's talking shit, huh?
It gotta be a villain. What's up, Nikki P?
Oh,
what's up,
you know what I'm saying? You look like when boxing was at especially heavyweights. It was like, you had Ali. Ali talk shit while these motherfuckers. Yeah, like even George Foreman was the bad man. Even Sonny Liston, Joe Frazier. Then Tyson came. Tyson like, yo, I can't be beat, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, it's usually when that happens, that's when everybody's gunning for that person. Everybody's gunning for that person.
Right. Yeah. But like old boy saying Django, gotta have panache. They had to have panache. So
we don't,
and that's what they don't have it. They don't have no personality.
We really don't have any fighters like that.
Right.
I mean, Floyd Mayweather is pretty much retired. But you see, I mean, the other guys who are still in the game, and it's just like, are you excited, when they fight? Oh, yeah, Canelo fighting. All right, if I watch it, I watch it. Like, nobody's excited about him fighting. Nobody's excited about Earl Spence fighting. Yeah, I think Earl Spence the best fighter in the game. But it don't matter. I'm still not excited that Earl Spence, I have to watch it. No, it's like, all right, well, if I happen to watch it, cool.
Right.
That's the difference.
Django is also my favorite movie, by the way. I saw Nick comment about that being Stack's favorite movie. Yeah. Django is my favorite movie. It's probably my top 5 of all time. It creeped up there over the past couple of years. I think I watch Django probably every other week, if not every week when I get a chance to. So yeah. It's one of those things. Look, I don't know who it is. I don't know who you saying.
No, the boy Loma, but he got beat by I'm trying to remember his name. You know what I'm saying? But he was like undefeated for a long time. But it's not like when I say when Mayweather was fighting, everyone and their mom had a fight party. Like it was a fight party on every block. Like it's no block you could go to without a Mayweather fight party. That's the excitement we're talking about. These fights, it's like if you just happen to catch it, you catch it. That's the difference.
Yeah. But it's not like that no more. Boston used to be an event. Everybody get ready for the event. You have a at the house. You get some wings, you get whatever. And it's an event. Everyone is excited, pay-per-view. it's always good to see. I got the pay-per-view, fellas come through. It's not like that anymore. It's MMA has replaced that, because now you're more excited for MMA than you are for boxing. And again, it goes back to just the way MMA is also designed as well. MMA has more attitude. Those guys are they're more showmen than they are in the boxing arena. And they have bigger names now. Those names have become household names. And this has usurped boxing. So again, with someone like Mayweather, him being the person that he is and having the height that he does, I just don't think it was a good move for him to be out here last night. It was a black guy.
It didn't affect his legacy.
I don't.
Yes or no? Did last night affect his boxing legacy?
I mean, he's still, one of the great
question. Like, yes, no question.
I say yes. I say yes. I say yes. I say yes. I say yes because it's unnecessary. It was unnecessary. You know what I mean? I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. It was just unnecessary. Honestly, he's a great. He's on the Mount Rushmore of boxers. Is he not?
And what happened last night? Took him off Mount Rushmore?
It doesn't take him off Mount Rushmore. It doesn't.
So then make that money. If it's not going to take off Mount Rushmore, why would last night be a bad look?
I'm just saying. I love the sport from the purity of the sport. I love the purity of the sport. So it resonates with me a little bit different. I get where you're coming from. I get what you're saying. I love the purity of the sport. I love the purity of boxing. I love the mechanics of boxing.
It was an exhibition. It wasn't a real fight. It's basically like it was a scrimmage.
I get it, but you got to earn that.
You got to earn what?
You got to earn to get in a boxing ring with a great. You have to earn that. That's how I look at it.
You did earn it. You know how you earn it? Paycheck.
No, really talking about the guy who was fighting.
I know you're talking about John Paul.
I get
Somebody need to earn it together with Mayweather. They wasn't trying to fight real people no more. That nigga's 50-0, and that's where the fuck he leaving it. But he can get in the ring and have this celebrity or this white boy or this dude or whoever talk that smack, and this nigga know he can make millions of dollars. Why the fuck not?
Well, knock him out the first round. And say, look, I'm Money Mayweather. You got the bag. There's no need to string it along. Knock him out the first or second round.
Mayweather like to play with people. You know that. He like to.
Well, like this, man. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Did y'all see the percentage last night? Did y'all see the percentage? He was like 10% contact rate against Mayweather.
Yeah.
He earned millions of dollars by not doing shit.
But you know what though? But let me ask y'all this, because it was a fight before that fight, and that was Chad Johnson, y'all mean for real, that got knocked to the ground. It wasn't a knockout.
It wasn't a knockout.
But here's and I'm gonna go to you first, Shawn, on this, right? And then Merv, I want to come to you too on this, right? I don't understand these athletes from other sports, right? In boxing or any physical combat, you are supposed to keep your hands up at all times, right? Chad Johnson actually was doing pretty good in the fight. Like, he was doing okay, right? Then he put his hands down, like Nate Robinson did previously, right? And this guy threw a looping punch, right? This punch came from South Carolina all the way up to New York. And I was surprised that it landed, because I'm like, yo, this is the most telegraphed punch I ever seen thrown in a ring. I'm like, how did this? It wasn't straight. I'm like, Shawn, let me ask you a question. Is it any way possible, you know what I mean, that if you have your hands up, that punch would have connected?
Hell no. Hell no. That punch, all you would have get is this. That's all you would have got. Yeah, Nick, Ocho Cinco. The legend.
Mark, to respond to you, from my knowledge, that was Chad Johnson's very, very first fight, right?
Yeah, it was. It
okay,
was.
So
anyway.
you asked the question about why him and Nate Robinson put their hands down. Listen, because now that's what you should be upset with. I'm not upset with Mayweather, but you talking about purity of the sport. People like Nate Robinson and Chad Johnson, just listen. It's muscle memory. All right, you're supposed to start with the amateurs and work your way up. till you get on TV and shit like that. By that time, hold your hands up is muscle memory. It's natural. You do it so much, there's muscle memory as natural instinct, muscle memory, natural instinct, muscle memory, natural instinct. So when people like Chad Johnson and Nick Robinson get in the ring for the first time and they're on national TV, why they put their hands down? They don't have they don't have any muscle memory.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yo, can we move on to the playoffs? Because I'm getting depressed right now thinking about these horrible fights, man.
Right.
Let's go and get into the playoffs, man. First of all, I want to say congratulations to the Los Angeles Lakers. You you have played yourself. You thought that you were champions. I told everybody the bubble was full of shit. I told y'all that before. Now you really see what it means when you have to travel, when you have to play games away, home, move around, and have to play against these young teams. You're not set up in a bubble. So LeBron saying last year, that was the hardest championship anybody can win in the bubble.
Bullshit.
You had to walk across the bay to get to the gym. You didn't have to get in the airplane, go to a hostile arena. No matter if it's full capacity or half capacity, you had to play against a semi-healthy team. Although Chris Paul was banged up, you finally played against a semi-healthy team and they beat your butt. They showed you that Anthony Davis was and still is MVP. The Lakers go as Anthony Davis go. I said it before, I'm going to say it again. Without Anthony Davis on the court, the Lakers, they don't make the playoffs without Anthony Davis. Let's be clear. LeBron is not carrying that team. And that team is not a bad team. All right, let's be honest. They're not a bad team in comparison to other teams. It's just that you have two of probably the top 5 players in the NBA on one squad. And that's what happened. So I'm going to start with you, Merv, because I know you and I have been going back and forth in this before. We had arguments of people that kept telling us that we are hating. How did you feel about seeing the Lakers getting bounced at the first round? And Stacks, if you're listening, I'm not saying I'm sorry. Get this work.
I got to piggyback on what you said from when they talk about people were saying last year was the hardest championship. You couldn't leave mentally, psychically, it was hard, and you had to see the same people every day. You can't leave the room and all that bullshit. Yo. It was no home court advantage. You basically play on the same rim just about every damn day. So actually, whoever had the most talent, it was easier for them to get used to the rim because you play on the same rim. The home court traveling, you can't get used to the visitors' rim.
Yep.
Because you only playing on that rim when you go there. Okay, that's one thing compared to last year to this year. The other thing what I used to say was
killer flex.
For you to have to play a hard ass game, jump on a plane the next day, deal with the travel shit, then get comfortable, go to the hotel, then go to the damn locker room, then get on the court, do a little bit of shoot around, then play the damn game is totally different from the bubble. So in my opinion,
no home court advantage.
The championship was the easiest. The championship last year in the bubble, it was easy. You just, like you said, you woke up and you walk outside, and then you go walk across the street. Then you start playing basketball.
That's it.
But I agree. Last year. But last year, Anthony Davis should have been the MVP. And this year right here, they showed that Anthony Davis is the team MVP.
Well, I'll say like this. I mean, just in regards to the bubble, because I'm like all the teams played. You know what I'm saying? The only thing, that I didn't like with the bubble, I thought it was a disadvantage for the young teams. The young teams need home court because they just need home court because they're young. They feed off the energy of home court. And if you get 3 games, or on your home floor, that's going to help that young team, with some momentum. It's a momentum that they'll never get. A veteran team, can easily take advantage of that. So I felt bad for the young teams in the bubble because I knew a young team would not win any championship in the bubble. I ain't care what teams entered. I was like, all you gotta do is look at the roster, and if they got a bunch of guys who are 23, 24, they're not winning any title. It's going to be a veteran team that wins that title. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly what happened.
I'm just glad the Phoenix Suns actually hunkered down. Devin Booker came through. I didn't know Stacks was going to happen. I didn't want to go. I really didn't want to talk about it. Hey, what's up, Stack? We just singing your praises, man. But while we're here, let me go ahead and finish up. I was so glad for the Lakers to get bounced. It's nothing against the Lakers as an organization. I don't like the Lakers. Let's be honest. I never liked the Lakers. Never was a Lakers fan, even dating back to the Magic Johnson days. I'm definitely a LeBron fan. I was hoping that he would get bounced at the first round so I can hear what the Broniacs would say after this. This dude went on Twitter and tweeted, now he has to go up against Bugs Bunny or some shit, some corny shit. I was like, yo, I sent the Stacks. And I could read the pain in Stacks' response to me because it was like a one-liner. It was like, and I could read the pain. And I didn't want to respond when he responded to me because I said, man, I probably went too far by sending him that tweet. Stacks, but says, welcome to the show. Now that we're talking about the Lakers, man, how do you feel about being bounced, man, at the first round?
I don't feel that bad. Because it showed me a couple of things. It showed me that the GOAT conversation should be closed forever. LeBron. See, y'all don't. I don't think y'all really know the trials of being an actual lifelong Laker fan versus inheriting all these fucking LeBron dick riders. I'm not even gonna call them Bron sexuals or Bron stans. LeBron dick riders. Here's what I had to deal with in the last week. There's been a post on social media circling for years. Every time LeBron loses in a championship or get bounced out of the playoffs, they talk about how great of a father he is. And, you know, he grew up without a father and he puts all these kids through school. You know what?
And
LeBron James is
$30,000 at 18
Can I finish?
years old.
LeBron James is the best of us as far as outside of basketball. I mean, people need to learn how to separate that part. LeBron James is the best of us as far as black people. People really, I don't know what any of that shit has to do with basketball. You can actually, and at the end, they got all this non-basketball shit, and they say, why do everybody hate this man? People need to separate off-court LeBron from on-court LeBron. It is perfectly okay to criticize a legend. I am a diehard Lakers slash. I'm a God rest Kobe. God rest rest in peace Kobe. But I don't know how many times I saw Kobe playing. I'm like, pass the fucking ball, Kobe.
Right.
So that being said,
fast killer flex with the shoulders at.
You could be critical. You could be like, I don't like the way this motherfucker flop. I don't like the way this motherfucker roll around on the ground like a fucking tumbleweed. When somebody fucking hit him and he died on the fucking ground for like 10 minutes looking to get a fucking foul. I don't like the fact that this motherfucker cries. He thinks she should get every fucking foul. I don't like, this is what I hate the most. LeBron having baked in a narrative beforehand every time he's about to play in a big series or shit like that. And somebody actually gave him an out today saying, well, we knew LeBron was in 100%. And his ankle and all that shit. Fuck that. Don't get on the fucking floor. So all you LeBron dick riders out there, go to hell. The debate, the fucking GOAT conversation is over. It's him. It's Jordan. He ain't even above Kobe in my book. But this goes to show you with this new era where you blowing up rosters around one play, that shit don't work. First of all, we shouldn't even have. We should have kept some. We should have kept playoff Rondo. We should have kept. There's a lot of shit we should have done. But I don't have a big issue with it. I really don't. Simply because as a Laker fan, yeah, I'm upset. But as a person that hate LeBron dick riders, he got put out in the first round. You can't do nothing to change that.
Nope. He started talking about the injury. Like, I just want to get, I just want to make sure we get healthy for next year. Like, already building everything in. No one at this time of the year, no one is healthy. All right. Chris Paul playing with one shoulder, getting knocked around like a ping pong. Everyone is injured at this point in some capacity. Everyone. He's talking about that.
One thing, Shawn. What that does as well, and I think Burr was alluding to it earlier. To me, this kind of diminishes that championship from last year. Let's go down in the record books as winning the championship. But as you guys said, we're in a bubble. You don't have that pressure of having to travel, having to play in somebody else's gym. We all know young players play better in their home gym. So I'm a Laker fan, but that's going to be when people talk about his legacy, people are going to be talking about the 2020 title of the Los Angeles Lakers being a tainted title. As far as they'll be like, well, LeBron kind of got 3.5 rings and not 4. But I will tell you something, LeBron Dick Riders, he won't lose in the finals this year for sure.
Right, you can't count it now. Can't count against him. So,
man,
Mark, what do you think? What do you take away from the playoffs so far, man?
That Clippers Mavericks series was great. That was probably the best first round, one of the best first round series I've seen.
Yeah.
Stars came to play. Pandemic P was actually PG this time. You know what I'm saying? He didn't disappear. But he finished strong down the stretch in the last 2-3 games. Luka was fantastic the whole series. You know, I thought he was averaging about 40. He was just giving people work. Kawhi, showed up and he played well. So I think that was a great series. I don't know how much, the Clippers have left to play Utah. And Utah's a team that doesn't make mistakes. They just don't make mistakes.
Right.
Like, if you beat them, you have to beat them. They ain't going to beat themselves. That's what I wonder how much this last series took out of them. I'm very not sure.
Killer Flesh, what the score? Put the score up. Put the score up for us.
Oh, it's 60-33.
Dang.
It's 60-33.
Brooklyn
got 60 and the Bucks got 33 in the second quarter.
I'm gonna say it like this:
It's 2 minutes left in the second quarter, and Brooklyn got 60, and Bucks got 33. And still 2 minutes and 46 seconds left before halftime.
But that was a bad matchup for the Bucks. It was just a bad matchup. It doesn't match up well. For real.
And James Harden not playing.
Huh? Yeah.
And
they still don't match up well.
Yeah.
They still don't match up well with. You know what I'm saying? Because they get into this scoring thing, the Bucks want to try to run with them. Wrong. You know what I mean? When you play the Nets, you're supposed to slow the game down. You ain't supposed to, try to keep up the tempo with them. You're supposed to slow the game down. And the Bucks, I'm like, man, but this is why, their coach isn't that good. You know what I mean? This is why they get exposed in the playoffs, because they play everybody else's game and they go away from what they do best. And it happens every playoffs.
Hey, Mark, like you said, I really thought that the Bucks was going to use their size as an advantage and just send the Greek Freak down low.
You would think. You would think.
Take Brook Lopez down low. Like he's not a punisher, but he's tall and he got moves. So I thought they would send. I thought they would play like a high-low game between Brook Lopez and the Greek Freak, because Brooklyn doesn't have really any big men down low. They have no defensive big men, and you got this you Greek Freak, like you really should average about 15 rebounds, 30 points, 3 blocks against Brooklyn. And if they lose, like, you should be almost how Luka was against the Clippers.
He's not skilled like that. He can't hit that midi like that. He can't hit threes like that. The Greek Freak, he get off his points, man, off of layups and dunks, bro. He doesn't have a midi game. They need more help. Like,
they do.
The Brooklyn Nets, they can go small, but they can also rebound.
But
small.
Listen, you're right, Shawn. He doesn't have a mid range. But Brooklyn does not have this is what they got to protect down low. You got Griffin. You got Blake Griffin. Jeff Green.
He's not
hurt. They barely played DeAndre Jordan currently at this moment.
Right.
They barely play him. That's probably their best offender, but they barely play him. And then they have Kevin Durant playing against the bigs. So even though that he don't have a mid-range game, which one of them should be able to stop him from dunking or getting layups or getting close to the basket? In my opinion, none of them.
But the thing is, he don't play like that. Like Greek Freak, I mean, like the only time really when he goes to the rim, you know what I'm saying, is when he has a lane to go. Like instead of, just like using his size and I'm gonna just power over y'all, he don't play like that.
Nah,
it's like if something in his way, then he's stopping his track like a deer, you know what I'm saying? And then like, all right, I'm gonna run the other way. Like, I mean, what type of punk shit is that?
That's
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, he should be, I mean, take a charge or something, you know what I'm saying? Do something. But I don't know, he's punking out a little bit.
Killer Flex just said that Middleton is choking. He's 0 for 8.
Oh man, he's terrible. You know what I'm saying? That's the worst max contract player in the league.
You can't afford for him to go 0 for 8. You can't afford for him. You're paying him to give you no less than 15. No less than 15. And that's on the low end.
Yeah. For him to go 0 for 8 starting out. And he's a scorer, but
he's
again
also a defender.
I'm like, man, the thing is, when the lights come on, these guys, they don't show up when the lights come on. You have to show up when the lights come on.
Killer Flex, what Drew Holiday doing? Because that's what's supposed to be the number 2.
Yeah, they brought him in, you know what I mean, for the stabilize that unit.
He probably chasing Kyrie in circles right now, man. He gonna burn himself out trying to chase Kyrie.
Hey,
he's canceled. He's canceled out. That's what happened to Curry. Curry was chasing Kyrie in that finals. Well, trying to chase him, man. It hurt him.
That also happened yesterday in Philly. You know what I mean? For real, where we were tracing Trey Young, and Trey Young gave us the business. You know what I mean? For like 3.5 quarters until we finally got it. I had to trap this guy all out of his hands.
I was about to say that, Mark. They Atlanta might be in trouble. I know they're up. I know they're 1-0, but Atlanta may be in trouble because I think he had like 30 points, something like that in the first half.
Yeah,
but he only had like 10 in the second or some shit.
Yeah, it was like 8
points.
7-8 points.
And his effect in the second half was minimum. When they made that defense change and put more attention to Trey and try to let everybody else beat them, Atlanta struggled bad.
Yeah,
Atlanta
but that's
what
you're supposed to do. You're supposed to take the ball out of his hands.
That same. I would assume they're gonna keep that same type of attention on him.
Yeah.
From the beginning of the game going forward.
Well, I don't know. They had Danny Green. They had Danny Green on him, but now, for Ben Simmons is about to get the assignment. For it to guard Trey Young, and it's going to be multiple looks. But Ben's going to start out on Trey, which I'm like, come on, man. Ben's the defensive player of the year. He should be on Trey. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens game 2. I mean, Embiid did his thing. Obviously we need that, that type of effort every night from him. But, I was just like, man, if Atlanta, I'm like, if they shoot well, they could very well, for real, get another game. Right in Philly. But so, I was just like, you have to run them off that 3-point line. If you run them off that 3-point line, you beat them.
Give y'all second round predictions.
Shoot. Well,
2, 3.
Well, Mark, I know you got Philly over Atlanta, so
I got Philly over Atlanta, Brooklyn, obviously over the Bucks. I think Utah's going to beat the Clippers. I know it's not like for real, like a sexy type of pick, but Utah just doesn't make mistakes, and I can't go pick a team that is like kind of wishy-washy like the Clippers to make Utah make mistakes. Utah ain't gonna make no mistakes. You got to really go in there and beat them. I just don't see the Clippers, being able to do that. I just don't see them pull, especially after the 7-game series they just had. I was just like, I just don't see them beat them at all. And then who is it? It's Phoenix and Denver, right?
Yeah.
That should be a good one.
I'm gonna tell you, man. Listen, crazy. I know, everybody's gonna look at the stars. Let's look at Chris Paul. Let's look at Jokic. Who's probably gonna be the MVP. But I'm gonna tell you, the person who I'm looking at, and if he doesn't come up big, it will determine the series, and that's the young fella, DeAndre Ayton, the center from Phoenix. If he doesn't play well against Jokic, I think it's going to be an early out for Phoenix. I think he has to play well. Yeah, if he doesn't like the way he played against Anthony Davis, he has to play. He has to play even better against Jokic. And if he can't do that, Phoenix is going to be gone in like 4 or 5 games.
Shawn, you want to go next?
Yeah, go ahead. You go, Murph. Go ahead.
I think he's going to play a lot better against Jokic. He's not going to stop Jokic. So I'm not saying that. But Jokic and Anthony Davis are two different beasts, two different animals. Anthony Davis is a bad matchup for Ayton. Ayton does better against more traditional centers. Jokic is a traditional center. He's skilled as fuck, but Anthony Davis is like a guard. It's like a 7-foot guard.
Yeah,
that motherfucker is fast. So that's why they did a lot of, Kaminsky played a lot more than he did in the previous 5 or 6 games.
Yep.
They played Sarek a little bit. They played their Cam Johnson. Play a lot. So they played their bench forwards and big men. The ones that was like more nimble, like that's faster than Ayton, because how the Lakers was playing. I mean, Anthony Davis is fast. He's quick. Ayton is a traditional center, so I think he'll play a lot better against Jokic, because Jokic is a traditional center.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep.
You know what? And I think one thing before you go, Shawn, I think like if Austin Rivers is consistent in this series, I think that will also really help Denver. He played well in a couple games, to help them get the series, the first series against Portland. So I think, for a lot's riding on him too, because those guards were, the starting guards are out. They're injured. Right. Murray, Will Barton. You know what I'm saying? So Austin Rivers, man, could play his way in here and do some damage, but I was like, man, he just has to be a little more consistent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I'm gonna keep mine short and sweet so we can get ready for the main topic. Because we got a lot of people viewing right now, ready for the main topic. But I would say Brooklyn is going to take out the Nets. I mean, we're seeing that right now. It might be a gentleman's sweep with that. I think they may allow Harden to sit out this series, depending on how tonight go and how the next game go. They may let them get healthy for the final round in the East.
It makes sense,
and they can do that. They can afford to do that. I think Philly's going to come back and they're going to make this a really quick work of Atlanta. I think Trae Young is getting a little bit too cocky. I think they're going to make him pay for it. They're going to scheme against him. Doc Rivers know how to scheme, and he has the tools to scheme against Trae Young. So I think they're going to slow him down a little bit. He may still get his, but I think they're going to slow him down just a little bit. I think the Clippers are going to take it, man. I think the Clippers are going to give them boys a really hard time. I think this was a game. The Clippers doesn't match up well with Dallas, right?
You're right.
It was just the matchup was, even from going back last year, the matchup was never good for them. Only because the way they play, it doesn't fit them at all against Dallas. Like, oh boy went off. I mean, at the end of the day, when you got a player scoring 42, 43, 44, and he's accountable for 80 to 85% of the offense, whether it's assisting or scoring, that's hard to deal with. That means you have a matchup problem. You don't have anyone that can match up well with that player. And that's exactly what they went up against, against Dallas. And I think it's going to allow them to be able to play more freely instead of playing so tight. And now Kawhi is starting to get into his groove. You got playoff P showing some appearances right now. They're playing effective basketball, very effective. And I think they're going to carry over. I think it's going to. I think they are the matchup problem for Utah. I really do.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the 2 stars for the Clippers should play well.
And Shawn, let me speak on that. First round matchup. The pressure. Here's the other thing, man. Pressure bust pipes.
Yeah,
it's always good to be the underdog. Nobody expected that. Dallas wasn't predicted to win that shit. Nobody really expected Dallas to win. All right. So the pressure, the pressure has been on the Clippers ever since they traded for Paul George and signed
Right.
Kawhi. So look at it like this, man. Pressure's on them. They're expected to this is supposed to be the revenge, Clippers revenge this year right here.
This
So there's even more pressure the way they lost last year. They was down 0-2 against Dallas. A really good Dallas team with Luka playing out of his mind.
Out of his mind.
Then they tied it up at 2-2.
Right.
And then they lost. Dallas won the 5th game, right?
Yes.
So they went down 3-2.
Yep.
Now it's elimination. Now you got to win 2 more games again, and for them to rise up and win the last 2, and then be the first team to win at home in that series.
Yeah.
I don't see them fearing it, and Braun is out. Braun and Davis is out. I don't see them fearing any team. I feel like they're about to play so motherfucking free.
Oh yeah.
Which is going to make them play even better. And I really think Kawhi. I think that series right there, Kawhi set the tone, and I feel like that nigga might go off for the rest of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Real quick, Shawn. Y'all mean for Denver, Phoenix? Who do you got?
I gotta go Denver, man. Okay. I think Phoenix beating the Lakers. I think that took a lot out of them emotionally. I think they're going into a buzzsaw with Denver. Denver is a resilient team, man. They keep it going. They don't get rattled. You know what I mean? They play really good basketball. They play really good sound basketball at that. And that's where Phoenix, Booker still going to get his, but I think Phoenix can actually I think they can combat that. I think Denver can combat that. I think they can throw different bodies at Booker from the perimeter. They have good guard play, and they got good defense on the perimeter as well. So they're going to make Booker work. They're going to make Chris Paul work. I think it's going to go down to the wire, though. That could be a 7-game drag-out series, to be quite honest. Okay. Them boys going to run. Both of those teams can run.
Mm-hmm. You think Phoenix a better matchup is a better matchup or a harder matchup for Denver than Portland was?
Oh yeah. Because the guard play. It's the guard play. It's about Chris Paul. Chris Paul being that distributor, man. Dame Dollar is a beast. Don't get me wrong. But he's not facilitating like Chris Paul. Dame is looking to shoot first. Chris is looking to get everybody involved. That's going to hurt Denver in a way, because they're going to have to guard everybody, because Chris Paul is going to get the ball out. And one thing about Phoenix, they're going to swing that ball. They're going to get the right shot. But again, Denver know how to play. They know how to play their own game. They're not going to get out of control. And that's how they was able to beat Portland, because Portland was going bananas. Dame going bananas. And the whole time he was going bananas, Denver played very calm, and they kept playing their game plan. And they won. Their game plan won. They didn't get rattled. They play like a good veteran team.
No doubt.
Absolutely. So, fellas, we got to get into the main topic. We kind of got into our bag on that sports. But before we get into the main topic, I do want to tee it up, because we have verses on here. And shout out to iHeartRadio. Shout out to Nori at the Drink Chaps. They actually did the interview with Swizz and Timbo the day before the battle. And those of you who watched the versus battle about a week ago, in my opinion, Timberland smoked his boots, man. I don't think it was close. I really don't think it was close. Tim's
first half was close. That's about it.
Too big. It's too big. It's too deep.
First half was close, but then Tim just took it into another gear. It's like, let me just flip the gear real quick, and then he just sped by him. Yes. That second half, I'm just like, man, Tim was just dropping bomb after bomb after bomb. Swizz just couldn't catch up.
He couldn't catch up. But I thought it was a decent battle for the rematch. I didn't like it. I'll be honest. I was hoping that we see Babyface and Teddy Riley on a rematch, but to see Swizz and Timbo come back and do actually a show. I think that was their intent. Their intent was to do an actual show. And I thought it was okay. The song selection didn't really get me. I thought they could have done better with the song selection. They got deep into a Jay and Beyonce bag, and I think that to me kind of dragged it out a little bit because they should have showed more of their range. I get it though. You play Jay and Beyonce, you're gonna have a party. I get it. But it wasn't enough to go crazy over. Murray, did you even watch the versus battle?
No, I was working.
Oh, okay. You didn't miss anything. I'm be honest, you didn't miss anything. They had some Swizz played some questionable joints, man. I think they got a little too cute. I think they got a little too cute.
I'll say like this, Merv, just to save you the trouble, you know what I mean, of watching it, it's like a team, you know what I mean, that gets blown out in the second half. And that's what happened to Swizz. He got blown out in the second half. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what happened.
Right. Yo, when Timberland start going into that Justin Timberlake bag and start going into that Danny Furtado bag, I was like, yeah, you're not going to win this one. He went into that Merv, he went into that Aaliyah bag. I was like, yeah, you're not going to win this one. You're not going to win any round with Aaliyah singing on anything. Like, just go ahead and take this L. Then he went to drop out the Genuine bag. I'm like, yeah, Swizz, you can't play Cassidy. You can't play my hustler against anything. Tim's range is way too much, man. Tim, honestly, I don't think Tim and Swizz is a good matchup, to be quite honest. Swizz and Just Blaze was the right matchup. I just don't think that Tim, he did the uncle outfit. I bet that, but Tina, real talk, I bet the outfit was about probably a good 10 stacks or 20 stacks. Easy. I wouldn't wear it, but I guarantee
I'm gonna say like this. Listen, anybody wants to wear Tim's outfit, you gotta wear that on the beach. You can't wear that in a hot ass club. You know what I mean? If you're gonna wear silk, you gotta wear it on the beach, not a hot ass club.
Not a hot club. And I mean, it was crazy. But it was a decent battle. I don't think Tim was the right matchup for Swizz. I would have loved to see Tim and Pharrell do that Virginia thing. I think that would have been better.
That'd have been better. I still think Tim would have won, but I think it'd have been better.
I think Tim would have had to work hard for it, but I think he would have that would have made Tim go to a deeper bag. Because keep in mind, Tim was producing full albums, like full albums. So he has a catalog he can pull it from. You cannot wear that t-shirt under the outfit like that. You got to go bare chest. You can't wear a t-shirt in that kind of outfit. That's silk. You don't wear a t-shirt with silk. You know that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's like if you had a wife beater on under that, like, nah, man, what hood are you from? Like, this is not. You had to have
the bare chest when you wearing silk like that. Fee was the co-MVP last night. Fee had the book on Polly on standby. She was in that book last night. Shout out to Fee. All right. He want to catch that sweat, not that silk. That silk would just dry off. So, fella, let's go ahead and get into let's go get into the main topic. So, I have one of our partners out there. Nick hit me up. Nick was like, "Yo, I need to hop on and talk my shit about this R&B bag." I'm glad that Fee hop on because Fee is also an R&B connoisseur. My Wiz out there, Ingrid, IJ, she out there. She's all about R&B as well. So I'm glad we got some ladies in the house. Tina is out there as well. I think Killer Flex is still out there. So we want to get everybody feedback. Right now we're in double-digit viewers. So while you out there watching, tonight's topic is to celebrate. It's really just to celebrate Black music Month. And Marc and I talked about this a couple of weeks ago, and we said, how can we celebrate Black Music Month each week on the actual show? And we decided to do a decade of the actual top male artists. Now, we're not excluding women because we did a show on the top females a few weeks ago, and we're going to circle back to the ladies as well at the end of this month. We're also going to hit the Caribbean as well. We're going to do some toasting. We're going to do all of that. So we're going to hit every genre of music, but we want to focus on those juggernauts of male R&B of the decade. A couple of weeks ago, we did the 80s. So now we're going to go to the 2000s. Next week, we're going to go to the 90s, because at the end of all of this, we're going to bring each winner of the decade to the full circle. It's going to be 4 of them: the 2000s, 2010s, 90s, and the 80s. And we're going to bring them all in our final 4. A couple of weeks from now, we're going to discuss and debate who is the actual juggernaut out of all of them. So tonight, please rock with us. We're about to get into our main topic. Please drop your comments, disagree with us, debate us, try to debate us, or try to debate me. I don't know about these other guys, but I'm the best out here when it comes to this music thing. So you can probably debate me.
Shut the fuck up. You always got to go fucking too far, man.
Okay, my bad. Without further ado, my bad. I'm gonna bring on Nick J real quick. So I got Fee at the Fee, so let's go. Let go, how she say it. So we want everybody to really just communicate with us tonight as we go through our bag of the top 10. Nah. So Nick J, wake up.
Hey.
Nick.
Hey, Fee, I saw you, honey. I saw your comment, baby.
Yeah. So Nick, you had a good show last night with the Lillas last night. Y'all was talking about that poly. I told Mark to hit y'all up. So Fee, Mark is going to be giving you a call after the night show. He want to get some information on that. I told him there's a book that he has to purchase first, and there's a subscription that he has to subscribe to before he become someone in the poly game, so he can know how to do it the right way. So Mark will be reaching out to you later on tonight, Fee. But yo, Nick, welcome to the show. Thank you. You hit us up earlier. You said you want to get into this R&B thing.
The Lullas, they had a wonderful show last night. I just fed off of that, all of that great energy.
Absolutely. They killed it last night. They killed it. The whole crew, Mia, Nick, Nikki P, Fee, they all killed it. We had Chauncey out there. Tina was orchestrating behind the scenes, putting comments up and doing the banners and everything. So it was a whole team getting things going. So shout out to those ladies last night. Really good show. They did the Run the World sequence. They got into that bag. They got into a bag that I can't get into, that Mark can't get into, and that Merv dare not get into. So it was definitely a whole. Merv might watch
What's he
Run
doing?
the World. Merv might watch Run the World. It was a good vibe. So y'all really rocked it out last night. Nikki P, everybody was rocking out. We had Killer Flex in the comments last night telling people to continue to watch and show the support. So we had a whole team. Taysom was sharing the posts all over the place. Man, we were just rocking out last night on a Sunday night. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So I wanna give y'all an opportunity to understand the ranking that we have here. Again, this is not the Bible ranking. This is not something that we took from a list or anything like that. This is our personal ranking that we all somewhat agreed on, and some that we agreed to disagree. So for the 2000s, and keep in mind, some of these artists we're going to talk about tonight, they probably came out in the late 90s, but the reason why we put them in the 2000s category is because that is when they probably had either dropped their signature album or they became the artists that we know today in that 2000 decade, okay? So number one was no other than Usher, all right? Usher was our ranking. We ranked Usher number one out of the 2000s. I don't think no one really disagreed with that in comparison to the artists that we were looking at. So starting out, excuse me?
Why are you doing it that way?
No, I'm just saying, I'm just going down the line.
Are you going to
start off with the damn?
I thought you were going to throw the board up.
Guess who the top three was?
Damn, can I drop the car?
Man, you always.
All right, go ahead. It's cool. I thought you were going to do like the last John. That's all.
Back that motherfucker up.
All right, my bad. So I back up a little bit. You want to just go straight into it like we did the other week to keep the suspense?
Yeah, nigga. We already established that.
Man, these are grown-ups, man. Shit.
You been drinking?
No, not yet.
That's what the fucking problem is, nigga. Take a shot.
I like you. So, yo, let's do this then. Let's start out with the matchups. Let's go with the matchups. So our first matchup, we got the 8th and 9th seed. All right. The 8th and 9th seed, we have Tank and Anthony Hamilton.
Okay.
All right. So that's our 8th and 9th seed, Tank and Anthony Hamilton. All right. So, Mark, I'm going to start with you.
Mm-hmm.
Which one would you go to out of Tank and Anthony Hamilton?
I'm going to say like this, man. Tank's an amazing singer. Like, I I give him credit. You know what I'm saying, for that, right?
We got a vote for Tank. Becca, what it do? Becca picked Tank.
I'm gonna say like this. I'm going Anthony Hamilton because he has this kind of street soul thing happening. You know what I'm saying? Like his birth, like right there, like in the culture, like right from the block. Like that's the way, you know what I mean, he comes off to me. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Hamilton, you know what I mean? Like it comes straight from the, like his soul comes straight from the block. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can feel that.
Tank.
Hey, I got Anthony Hamilton. You know what I mean? Shoot.
So
I got Anthony Hamilton on it.
So Mark, let me clear this up. Everybody,
I had one since, yeah.
Let me clear it up real quick. Let me clear it up. This is not a comparison. All right. This is not, we're saying that Tank and Anthony Hamilton are comparable. This is based on ranking. That's kind of why I wanted to show the ranking, so no one would get this confused. We rank from 1 through 10. 1 being, of course, the number 1 top dog, numero uno, down to the number 10. So in our ranking, Tank came out at number 8. Out of the top 10, Tank was number 8, and Anthony Hamilton was number 9. So when you look at the playoff bracket, the 8th seed and the 9th seed will go up against one another. So again, this is not about being comparable. I'm not saying that, because we could easily say Anthony Hamilton up against someone like Music, because they kind of have a similar genre. But we're saying it based on their rank. So that's how that works.
And also, I say for everybody out there, you know, think about, you know, not just, you know, their voice and how they sing. Think about their music too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, whose music just moved you more. You know, right. you also got to take that into account.
Sheesh.
I feel like Marv, because we got nothing but seeing look like all ladies have put their name in, have decided, hey, we're talking about just songs, yo. We're not talking about goddamn looks or sex appeal or body and shit like that. Okay, we talking about vocals. We talking about the song, not the physical. I just want to make that clear. We're not talking about the physical. This ain't no goddamn bikini
beauty pageant,
right? Beach contest or no? What do you call it? Bikini draws? What do you call that shit? Okay, y'all. That's all I want to say. Go ahead, Shawn.
All right. So what you got, Nick?
Anthony Hamilton. I mean, you know, Tank, I love, what is that? Love, Sex, whatever. That first album, I really loved it. But Anthony Hamilton in the 2000s, coming from where I'm from, that album is fucking crazy. That song, Lucille, oh my God, I still love it. That song, I'm a Mess. Are you kidding me? Like, that song is crazy. Do people realize that the point of it all came out in 2008? The point of it all, that is like so romantic. You know, like
Nick made a great point. You made a great point, Nick. Hey y'all, we talking about the 2000s, okay? So that song,
even done.
When We Fuck, like we're not talking about the songs in the this is the 2000s. So
I can't stand that.
Think about Tank 2000, just like Nick said. This is 2000s Tank, not for his whole career. We're talking about the 2000s. So that's a great point, Nick.
But just the way that Anthony Hamilton marries, like, you know, R&B, gospel, you know what I'm saying? Blues, all of that stuff together. And I mean, like, you know, his voice, like, reminds you of, like, grits, you know, greens, you know, smothered turkey wings and all of that. It just, you know, but then, like, oh, my God, the lyrics, the songs, like, that. Anthony Hamilton, child.
Speaks to the soul. I'm sorry, speaks to the soul. I mean, you know, I can't front on that. Wait a minute.
Can't hear you, Shawn.
You're so funny.
Wait a minute. Oh, okay. All right, go ahead, Marc.
Well, he voted for Anthony Hamilton too.
Okay.
Cool. Tazon. Oh, okay. Anthony making a comeback.
I don't know who he voted for.
Okay.
Right. Marc, who you got?
Yeah, nigga, I'm about to talk.
All right.
Shit. Like Nick said, I think these motherfuckers is thinking about 2000, 2010. I think they're really looking at Tank Cole's career, and I think he dropped that song was about 2 years ago.
When we fuck.
They
definitely think about that shit.
Tank, this how I feel. Tank singles are bigger than Anthony Hamilton singles. Far as like it is
I agree with that.
Appeal,
I can agree with that.
And it has more presence, right?
Right.
But in my opinion, especially when we talking about just the 2000s, when we talking about both their body work in 2000, like album wise, I feel like Anthony Hamilton have better overall music. Like, for example, Tank listen to his ranking scale of 1 to 10. Tank got some dimes in the singles, but in my opinion, he got some 3s and 4s. I feel like most of Anthony Hamilton's songs are like 6, 7, 8, 9. So in the 2000s, if I had to choose between those two, I'm choosing Anthony Hamilton as well. Because for if I'm being objective, you know what I'm saying? I think I feel like if I'm trying to fuck, I put on Tank. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. I'm trying to, but yeah, I would go Anthony Hamilton. But Shawn shaking his head, so I think he disagreed with me and you, Mark, and Nick.
I agree. I think Anthony Hamilton. I see a lot of the ladies picking Tank. Then I saw it picked up on Anthony. Let me put up their album. So this is Anthony Hamilton's discography. I think that Anthony serves a purpose in music based on the fact that I think he's definitely a better vocalist than Tank, right? I think that Tank may have a little bit more, I guess, songs that resonate.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because Anthony Hamilton I think he's an acquired taste when it comes down to music. I think he's more eclectic, way more eclectic than Tank is. And you look at Tank's discography. Does he honestly have a classic in his discography? Does he have one?
I don't think so. Like I said, Tank is great at making. In my opinion, he's great at having those dope ass singles that carry the album. He'll have 3 singles that's just dope as fuck.
Right.
And you're gonna get that album because you want to hear those 3 singles. But the rest of them songs may be skippable.
Right.
Like you just said, he makes singles that will resonate.
Right.
Like I said,
facts,
make them dope ass singles.
Facts.
From start to finish album, I'll listen to Anthony Hamilton from start to finish over at Tank start to finish.
I agree. I have to go with Anthony. I think Anthony is more. Even if you think about live performance, who would you want to see more in the live performance setting, Tank or Anthony?
I'm pretty sure the female is gonna say Tank.
Yeah,
I'm
I can
pretty
see
sure
that.
the female is gonna
But
say Tank.
if you are with your significant other, right, and you go into an intimate setting, who would you rather see perform, Tank or Anthony? Who has more to give? What music gets you there?
Hamilton.
Anthony, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think we all agree on Anthony moving forward.
Damn.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I'm starting to see more. Nikki said that it's on a little suspect during live performances. Anthony Hamilton has like that uncle in your family that can sing type of voice. That he just had that homey type of voice, that homely type of voice where I don't think he wear deodorant. Like he's that guy, like, man, somebody smell kind of musty in here today. And that's him. But he don't say anything. He can still sing. You're like, man, he can sing. Let him be musty all he want. But that's Anthony Hamilton. You think of Tank, you think of like Ghost. He got that Ghost look, baby seal eyes. Like old boy said in prison, he got eyes like a baby seal. So women, they go for that. They go for that Tank look. You take his shirt off and baby, I deserve. You kind of go Tank. You gotta go Tank.
Was it 6 vs. 7?
He said lounge is super.
Yeah. So we say, what's your vote, Nick? You vote Anthony. Mark, you vote Anthony.
Yeah.
Anthony, it is. Anthony moved to the second round. So let's go. Tina been saying Tank by 5 or 6 times already. Let's go to our next one then. So let's kind of speed through a little bit more. So now we got Jaheim and Music.
What rank is this?
Rank number 7, Jaheim number 7.
How is Music number 10? Like, y'all motherfuckers ain't listening to none of his albums if y'all think that bullshit. You know what I mean? Right up, I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? Shoot. You talking about Jaheim put that woman first? What happened to him after that? Stop your madness right there.
Yo, Marc is mad.
Yeah,
man, you know what I mean?
yeah.
Shit,
I agree.
Like,
that's disrespectful.
Yeah, extremely. I'm like, yo, do y'all know? I ain't even gonna go into all that, man. You know what I mean? Because I have y'all here for
It's not no Philly bias. Like, come on. Everybody was listening to I Just Want to Sing. Like, come on, Music killed that shit. He came out the gate. You know, I ain't trying to pressure you. I forget the words. But you know that song, come on, man. Everybody was listening.
They tripping.
Just Listen is a dope ass album. So is Soul Star.
Half Crazy, Love, like what?
Half Crazy. Yo, Half Crazy is the shit. Do you hear me?
Okay.
As soon as I be in the car with my homegirl, every time I hear that ding 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 ding, I be like, oh yes, turn that up.
This is why we debating it.
Yeah.
So Merv, what are your take on it?
Sure.
This one got everybody going bananas right now.
They got music. Y'all got Music over Jaheim, right?
Easy. That's easy. That's a layup. You know what I mean? Easy.
Shawn, you could go ahead. Or you want me to go?
I want you to go.
So I don't think it's a layup. Based off the 10, like 5 through 10 almost could have been damn near interchangeable.
Speechless is a dope ass song, Killer Flex.
Huh?
No, I'm sorry. I'm acting like you now.
Oh, well, shit, good shit then. Shit. Pat yourself in the back, nigga.
Yo.
Hey, like I really feel like y'all disrespecting Jaheim a little bit. Like
I think so too.
In the beginning, this is the 2000s.
He has a great voice.
If you go back in the 2000s, that nigga had hits, and his first 2 albums was spinning. It had spins. He had singles. Like, and Jaheim he was being featured on shit.
Sounds like you're struggling to make a case.
Yeah.
Huh?
Sounds like you're struggling to make a case, homie.
Hold on. Y'all ain't saying no more. Y'all saying was I can't believe.
No, but Jaheim's first song, could it be? I really like that song. I think he sang his ass off on that song. Like his first big single.
So let's look at their discography. So here is Music's discography. Does he have a classic on here?
Man, shit, the first 3, all the shit that was on Def Soul. Good.
His first 3 albums are not a classic, Marc.
Man, his first 3 was bomb.
His first 3 albums are not a classic.
Man, the fuck
Get out of town.
Albums is a classic?
How is it a classic?
Oh, these are all 3 of it?
You said his first 3 albums are a classic?
I said his first 3. I mean, all the production was great on his first 3. You know what I'm saying? Great.
Are they classic? Is it a classic though?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yo, John, you don't got no classic.
I'm not asking about music. I'm asking about music.
Yo, the accent.
I say like this. I was like, yo, listen. I'm gonna say like this. That production, you know what I mean, where the music had on his first 3 was great. Carbon and Ivan did it. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Them guys are Grammy winners, homie.
Now I know you ain't brought up Grammys.
Settle for my
Oh
love.
my goodness.
Hey, listen.
Settle for
In my opinion,
kiss.
Music first album was his best album. Jaheim first album was his best album. And after that, both their albums like all of the albums are comparable.
Yo,
I mean, the
I
albums
was
as far as like quality and how good they are comparable. Music,
Man.
in my opinion, music probably like how we just talked about Tank, and we talked about Anthony Hamilton. As far as like Tank have singles that's more memorable.
right.
In my opinion, music has more singles that's more memorable, and it's easier to start humming a music
Right.
song than is a Jaheim. But if you go back and listen to the Jaheim songs back then and listen to music, is a lot closer than y'all willing to admit.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying I don't think the first 3 albums are classic. I can concede that music will go past Jaheim. I can concede to that, but I cannot concede to say his first 3 albums are a classic. I don't think nobody agreed to that.
Yeah, I mean, shoot.
Mark
know.
didn't say that. No, Mark, you didn't say that, right? You didn't say his first 3 albums are a classic.
Yeah, Mark
right?
said that. He said
all 3. No, but what I'm saying is, I said, I mean, the production was great on the first 3. You know what I'm saying? It was great. Like, I mean, I'm like, yo, that's an easy listen. Like, I mean, when I say play straight through, that means play straight through, no skip. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, that's what it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Trust me, especially that first one. Hey, I just want to sing. Man, y'all better get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? For real. Hey,
that's not the question. The question was, are they 3? Were they classics? You say all 3. The first 3 were classics.
No, I misspoke. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's all I want to know.
The production was great. That's what I'm saying. The production was great.
All right. So do we agree? So we're saying that music is beating Jaheim right now. That's the consensus.
Yeah, that's as easy as Tim beats Swizz. You know what I mean? That's easy.
No,
you know
man. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. No, because Merv, your vote was Jaheim, right?
I didn't vote. Actually, it's a toss up to me. But if I had to choose, I would say if I had to choose, I would probably go with I don't know. I'm still thinking. Shawn, you go ahead, give yours.
I'll concede the music. I feel like it's a toss up to me as well. Either way you put it, I think it's a toss up. I'll concede to music so we can continue to move forward.
Okay, that's fine.
Can I say something real quick?
Please.
I just want to remind the people that I am from York, Pennsylvania, not Philadelphia.
That's
not
for you.
Philly,
that's for
Philadelphia.
That's for Mark.
I know.
Man,
but I mean, I live in Philly, but I am from York, and I still say music.
Yo, everybody be mad because I love my city, man. Shit, I love my city. That's where I'm from, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
City, Mark.
I love Philly. Yo,
talk your shit, Mark. Talk your shit.
Rep City, Mark.
I love this motherfucker.
Let's go to the next round. Let's go to, so we got the number 4 and the number 5. I think this one is also going to get some controversy. Got Jamie Foxx against Genuine.
Now, this shouldn't be controversial, right? And Jamie Foxx is ranked way too high. I'm like, yo, he had that bomb album, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, yo, it was thorough. But I'm like, after that, I'm like, and that album was dope. Like Jamie album, you know what I mean, with Lil Wayne and all them on it, that shit was dope as fuck. But what else he have?
Hold up, Mark. Whoa.
Like, what, we going back to the album he did in Texas? Like, what album?
No, man.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Y'all tripping.
What? All right. Nick, what you got?
Genuine.
Easy.
Merv, what you got?
Genuine and them baby hairs.
And baby hairs. So let's look at Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Jamie's discography. The first 3 were actually really good albums. Don't forget, Jamie had it on Smash for a minute.
I'm telling you, that's really based off maybe 1.5 albums.
Nah, Marc.
You know what I mean? That's really based off 1.5. You know what I'm saying? It ain't based off 3 albums. It's not. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man. That one album that he had where he had every single in the world, you know what I mean, on that joint, that was bomb. But I mean, genuine though, oh man, all the Timberland shit, come on, man. You know what I mean, come on. Come on.
Yo, what you got, Merv? Don't get it twisted. Jamie had the shit on lock. Like Marc needs to understand that.
I think he had one album that was great, another one that was good. That's it. That's all I got.
I would have to go with I'm a fan of both. I've been rocking with Jamie since he came out on Slow Jams on the Kanye West song that broke him into the industry, and his album Unpredictable. Yo, his album Unpredictable is fucking great. Genuine. Shit. These are a lot tougher than I thought it would be for me.
I think Genuine. Genuine. He had, he had the really hot singles. He danced. He had some really.
I gotta go.
But that Unpredictable Jamie Foxx, that was the shit for a long time.
It was.
Unpredictable was ringing off like
that
crazy.
song. I had 1 too many drinks. That was my shit.
Man, it's not. Look,
they had that song, sex, all the time, sex. Oh,
man.
Hey,
I'm gonna say like the Intuition, my favorite album from Jamie, because that out you party the whole night. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I fuck with that. You know what I mean? That's Blame It. That She Got Her Own. That's, you know what I mean, number 1. You know what I mean? That's true. I'm like, I've been places where they played that shit straight through and the whole crowd went nuts. That's how good that album was. That Intuition, that was my shit. Like, you know what I mean? Real rap. That was my shit.
Which album was your shit, Marc?
Intuition. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Killer Flex.
That was Jamie Foxx, right?
Killer Flex. You was Killer Flex. That joint.
I'm gonna say like this, like really, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that album came out, I think maybe a year later. I was like in Vegas, right? And we in a club, and they played the whole shit, and everybody rocked out the whole night to that one album. They didn't play nobody else. You would think he's in the building.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
Look at the comments. Check out the comments. Check out the comments.
Does Genuine have a classic album? Let me ask this. Does any of Genuine albums beating Unpredictable?
No. No. Emphatically, no.
Shoot. I don't think so.
Unpredictable.
Yeah, I can play Unpredictable straight through.
Yeah. Thank you. Hey, go look at the comments. Even Flex mentioned one of Jamie's. It's like a B record. Fall for Your Type. That's the one that Drake actually wrote. Drake actually did the original song and gave it to Jamie, and Jamie killed it. We went and saw Jamie in concert, and he was a top-notch performer, live singer, everything.
Jamie, he can really sing though. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, the Fall for Your Type joint featuring Drake is straight fire. You gotta go, Jamie.
This don't have anything to do with the battle, but since we're talking about it, I went to a Jamie Foxx concert in Charlotte, and that is my second favorite concert that I've been to. The first one was the Bad Boys reunion tour, was my favorite. But let me say this: that was my second favorite. But that Jamie Foxx concert I went to was probably the best concert I went to, because this nigga did everything. This nigga mixed in doing some comedy. This nigga damn played an instrument. This nigga played the piano, and this nigga sang. This nigga gave us all this shit in one fucking concert. The best concert I went to.
Yes, he's a musician. He's a musician. He was playing the piano at the concert. He was singing. He started cracking jokes. And again, not to put any jokes in this battle,
that's
in
what
this
I said. That has
matchup.
nothing to do with the battle.
Yeah.
I just want to tell you that
Right.
the best concert I went to was a Jamie Foxx concert.
But Mark, we went to the one in Colombia, and he did the same thing.
Okay.
And I think it was Colombia. He was killing it, like live singing, playing the piano. He went a cappella a couple of times. Genuine is dope.
Got them singles.
He got the singles.
He got. I think y'all mean for that.
Got them singles.
That's what pushes it close. Y'all mean for is the singles. Right. But like I said, Unpredictable is a great album. Intuition, you know what I'm saying? I love that album because you moving all night. Like when you have a club that's 4 fucking floors and the whole 4 floors is on fire, like that means that's a dope ass album. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what nobody say, that album is that dope. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is with Intuition, he had remixes on half the records. You know what I'm saying? Where they brought in different beats and all that shit. Like, like that album's dope. I'm like, man, listen.
But that's what I'm saying. So we're gonna have to break this on categories. So Nick, I'm gonna have to start with you.
So I am convinced I'm changing my vote to Jamie Foxx because his album is, I mean, Unpredictable is better than anything.
Thank you.
Thank you. I might listen to it after we're done.
You got to. You got to. You're supposed to. Like my Wiz said earlier, I think Genuine had too many flops. We seen Genuine folded on the coming. Like what's the name of that show on Welcome America? Good Morning America or something like that. He folded, like he tried to sing live and started blinking and shit, and he couldn't get it out. Like he done had too many flops as a singer. So who's better, Jamie or Genuine vocally?
Jamie Foxx. I really want to listen to Genuine live.
Right. Only thing Genuine can do for the ladies is take his shirt off and do the wind up. All he can do is wind up. The wind up. Also, he can do he can dance. He can dance. He can do it all. But when you're talking about music, listening, pleasure, it's Jamie. Mark still got Genuine.
No, you know what? I'm going Jamie, man. I mean, for me, I'm like, man, and I liked Unpredictable, but like I said, Intuition was my favorite album from him because you move it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't understand when that music hits you. You know what I mean? You in a club, it's 10,000 motherfuckers in there, and you moving, the ladies moving, you moving.
What club was this?
You know what I'm saying? Yo, I was in Vegas, 4 floors and shit.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo, you don't understand, man. Like, yo, Jamie just had that shit on fire.
Chill, relax.
I'm with it. You know what I mean? So I'm going Jamie, man. I'm
all right. Jamie, there you go. Mark went from saying Jamie had an album back in Texas to now he's going with Jamie. So we got him there. So
Mark was saying I think got 1.5 album.
Right. 1.5 albums. Now he's going through the whole discography as we see it. And look, this was a tough one because Genuine is not easy. Genuine is not an easy out. You know what I mean? When you got Pony on your catalog, Pony up against almost any other song, you're gonna kill it, right? But
and Genuine got I mean, he has a lot of singles, man. He does. I give it to him. You know what I'm saying? I give it to him. And
you got some Genuine got some dope songs. He got some good. He got some classic songs. Yeah. All right.
So we all.
But I'm still going
Killer Flex. That's true.
So now this is gonna be the tough one right here. All right. So y'all gotta bear with me on. I got to find it, but y'all gotta bear with me on this one. This one is tough because
3-6, right?
This is going to be 3 and 6, Murph. Right?
Hey, we about to get ridiculed now when they see who number 6 is versus number 3. Like, how the fuck y'all got number 6?
I know. Y'all ready?
Go ahead.
How y'all got number 6?
Maxwell and John Legend.
This is hard.
See, it's getting harder now.
Hey, when Nick said that immediately, you know we got a good one.
Maxwell and John Legend.
Shoot, I got Max though.
You gotta go Max. You gotta go Max.
I'm gonna tell you. Here's the thing, John Legend, right?
You gotta
I'm
go
like,
Max.
he can sing. He plays the piano. He brings out the piano. You know what I mean? Wherever he at.
Yeah.
I got all that, right? And then he be in the white
Wherever he at.
piano. I'm
Yes.
like, oh, but I mean, Max though. I mean, Max be talking to them Johns, man.
Look at the catalog,
Like,
man.
I'm gonna say like this with Max though.
Look at
Max
the
be
catalog.
talking to him. Max talk to him so the fellas don't gotta talk to him. That's what you gotta understand. When you got Max on, Max talking to him, I don't got to talk to him. Max gonna talk to you, and then I mean you already gonna be ready.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? That's Max.
Yes.
I gotta go with Max.
Yo, Killer Flex said on The Woman's Word. You right, Killer Flex. That song came out in what year? Emma, what year was that? That was on the soundtrack.
Basketball.
Love and Basketball
Hey,
soundtrack.
I
was like,
hey, that's what Omar Epps slide that thing in there and say,
hey, and Merv. hey, Merv, and guess who reenacted that part? Hey, take a while. Guess who reenacted that part? Hey, I was looking all. Hey, I had the baby seal look in my eyes too. I was like, yo, and just put like a little bit, just a little bit. That song came on the back.
Like that. right there. You know what I mean? Max, you know what I mean? For real, giving Shawn the assist. Like,
yeah. Max.
You can't argue with that.
You can't.
When Max be dropping dimes, you know what I mean? Man.
And John Legend is no
man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I got John Legend.
Whoa.
But you know Merv, like, you know what I mean, that the white with the white piano, you know he love that shit.
Hey, listen. Listen, ordinary People is a very slept on album. I don't think people really give it enough props.
You talking about Get Lifted?
Yeah,
that's the name of the whole album.
Yeah.
Oh, I like same shit. Craig
That dude is crazy, man. Yo.
Hey.
Merv doesn't know the songs or nothing.
Hey, I know I like. And but yeah, that's a very slept on album.
It is.
You can listen to the album from start to finish.
It is. You can, but you talking about Maxwell. Nick, who you got?
Like I think Maxwell just went off
his
off
name
the
is
damn
Nick.
name. and winning off
Dare to be different.
Dare to be different. And, hey, listen, y'all vote Maxwell just off that.
No.
Okay, so Merv, am I able to speak now?
Nick, can you please tell us?
Go ahead, Nick.
So Get Lifted is a dope ass album. Like that song, So High, like that could easily be my wedding song if I was ever interested in getting married again, which I'm not. But Maxwell,
Tasha, she drinks his bath water. Calm down. It's not 10 o'clock yet.
Shit.
Black Summer's Night came out in 2009. That's the album with Bad Habits, Pretty Wings, Fistful of Tears, Love You, Stop the World. Oh my God. Child.
Mm-hmm.
That album, oh my God. I'm getting wet just thinking about it. That album is just so dope. Like, and it had been 8 years in between his last album and that album, and he came back so fucking hard. Like, you gotta go with Maxwell.
Yep, got to.
It's dope.
Look at John Legend in the Santa Claus hat. You can't get him past Maxwell wearing that Santa Claus hat on their album cover. Look at him, man.
There you go.
And John Legend don't get me wrong, John Legend is a beast. All right, but you got to give it to Maxwell. Maxwell is the offspring of Prince. You got to give it to Maxwell. Got to.
John Legend came out with an album around 2000. What was it? He had.
I feel like after Get Lifted, John Legend makes like elevator music.
Absolute. Thank you. He makes boring elevator music.
When they did that verses between like John Legend and Alicia Keys, I didn't even bother. I was like,
Yeah, like
They did. Wait, they did the verses on it.
see,
Wow.
you don't even remember it. You don't even remember it. Right. You don't even remember it.
Wait a minute. Anybody in the comments, did y'all watch the John Legend, Alicia Keys verses?
They probably
I
fell
didn't
asleep.
watch
Yeah,
it
that's a
all.
good question.
They probably
I
fell
didn't
asleep.
either.
I watched
I didn't even
Mark.
see
I
it.
watched bits and pieces of him. Like, man, I gotta get up out of here. I think I started playing like Capadonna album. I think I started playing Capadonna album.
You know what's crazy?
How many,
You ain't even
how many
bother to try to
albums- how
even
many
hit the
albums,
group. Y'all need
Maxwell
to go
had
to
in
watch it.
2000?
Like, wow. Okay.
Maxwell had 2,
He had 2 albums in 2000.
according to Spotify.
Yes. No, 3. I think he had 3. The
Okay.
Maxwell we know today was the Maxwell that hit his stride in the 2000s.
I don't know. I think Maxwell hit the ground running right from the beginning, though. To be honest,
Yeah, I
You know what I'm
agree.
saying?
I agree.
He did. He became a monster as he got better as his discography grew. Because you start like Nick said, you talking about 2008, 2009. He dropped one of his most profound albums. That was like his 3rd album. You're talking about Pretty Wings. You're talking about, whenever. I mean, you got to think about just what Maxwell brings to the table. Who's a better singer? I think it's a toss-up based on what you like. The optics are so different. You can't really compare their vocals.
Yeah, well, the styles are different. Styles are
totally different. I would go Maxwell myself. I think John Legend is I think he's boring, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
I got
y'all act like goddamn Maxwell is full of firecrackers and shit in his music.
No, we just
Also, Caribbean Heritage Month. Maxwell represents Haiti and Puerto Rico.
That got
Just
nothing
to
to do with
fit that in.
You check the box.
It has to do with the month. It has to do with the month. It's June.
Yes, Merv. So he gets to automatically go.
So y'all got.
So Maxwell first.
So do you have one of those Maxwell albums that came out in the 2000s over Get Lifted?
Yeah.
Yeah, Black Summer's Night.
Black Summer's Night. Easily. Easily, Merv. I'm sorry.
He got 9 songs on that fucking album.
And they all banging.
Someone stop the world. That is the shit.
I got Get Lifted over his over those albums.
Okay. But we got Maxwell over John Legend.
Okay, carry on.
All right.
Did you listen to that album, Merv?
I did.
Okay.
I like John Legend. That damn Get Lifted album, Lil, that shit.
No. It is. A lot of those songs on there are heart touching.
All right. So let's go to the second round because we're about to wrap this thing up real soon. So
we're in the second round. Okay.
Yeah. Because now we got everybody who advanced.
Okay.
So now this is we all picked Anthony Hamilton right over Tank, right?
Yeah.
I think we had him.
Yeah.
So Anthony Hamilton was the 9th seed. So he's going to go against our number 1 seed. I already said it in the beginning. So it's no surprise. I got to find it real quick. So Anthony Hamilton versus Usher, baby.
Yeah, do we have to discuss this? Can we just?
I just want to get your attention.
I think so. Usher.
Yeah, that was in the 2000s, right? Daddy's Home.
Yes, 2000s.
Trading Places was. Yeah, honey child.
Somebody said that Get Lifted is even JL's best album. It was the best album in the 2000s.
We on another round.
Yeah. Oh, my bad.
Hey, Shawn,
he got on his John Legend cape.
So the next one we got the number 2 seed versus the number 10 seed, really. So y'all said we did pick music, right?
Yeah.
It was music. Yeah. So music versus Neo. It's not to think about.
It would be Neo. For me, it would be Neo.
Neo's not a strong number 2 seed. He's not a strong number 2 seed.
This ain't to think about. Like music smoke. He would get smoked by Neo.
Now, you know what?
No.
I'm gonna say like this, right? When I think about Neo and you add in, you know what I mean, you add in, you know, guest appearances, the remixes and all that, I gotta pick them, you know what I mean, for over music. But I was like straight up on the albums, I don't know. I
Whoa.
was just like, man, I don't know.
Look at
I
Neo.
was like,
Look
I
at
don't
Neo.
know.
Look at Neo's catalog.
I like to be honest with you. I think, yeah, I mean,
Thank you.
I think,
Get music
I think Neo.
out of here.
No, you know what? I mean, to be honest with you, I think some of Neo's better stuff, you know what I'm saying, is when he did stuff for other artists. You know what I mean? Because he wrote it and then he jumped on it. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
I was like, I mean, but you know what I'm saying? Like, man, you know, Neo really, I mean, put some shit together for a lot of people.
He
I was
did.
like, that's where I think Neo, that's why I think he's great. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, you know, and I'm like, man, he's family, you know what I mean, for real, you know, the people at the crib, so you know what I mean, shit, you know.
Hey, so we got Neo. We gotta keep going because we about to have some tough matchups. So we gotta keep going. Let's go.
Nick, you got Neo, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, damn, it's getting a little tougher. So we had Jamie taking over Genuine. So, Merv, where do we go now? We go to Usher and Jamie.
Wait a minute, we just talked about Usher.
Yeah, but Usher got it. He gets advanced.
Usher had to buy.
So wait a minute, who's Neo?
What about Anthony Hamilton?
No, he already got beat by Usher.
Usher beat Anthony Hamilton.
Oh yeah. That's right.
We just talked about Neo like winning, but who's he facing? Did we get to his next matchup?
Neo be facing Maxwell.
Okay, all right. We didn't even get to that. Okay, all right. So
Yeah.
go ahead, Usher versus Jamie.
So Usher and Jamie.
Oh, it's Usher.
So Shawn,
Usher.
Are we at the final four?
This is the final four.
It's still Usher though.
Yes.
Who's the okay.
It's Usher.
It's still Usher.
Usher. Easily.
All right.
Yeah. 8701 Confessions.
It's still Usher.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Here I stand, got love in this club. Moving mountains.
Now we got Daddy's Home.
What's the next
Now
one?
we got Neat. I got to find it. There's a lot of
The
them.
long talker want to rush everybody.
What am I doing about Usher? Bad Girl? That was my shit.
Now we got Neo and Maxwell.
I'm going Neo.
I'm going Maxwell.
I'm going Neo. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm going Neo.
I ain't gonna lie. I got to go Neo on this one. This is a tough one.
Shoot, that's so sick remix. You know what I mean? With LL on it. Oh, goodness.
Man.
Crazy.
That joint him at Ghostface, man.
Crazy record.
We got one. Natasha said Maxwell. This one is a split, man. Fee saying Neo.
Damn, ooh.
This is tough.
I got Neo though. I still got Neo.
Max. God, we got Max. We got. This is tough. We got Neo, Max. Dude, we're really Natasha crazy. Yo, this is not fair, Killer Flex. It's not fair because this is tough, man. Maxwell and Neo. We're gonna have to break this one down, man. Because I'm looking at the comments and it's literally split down the middle.
Hey, y'all, give us y'all reasoning. Let's hear y'all reasoning. Whoever y'all
let's start with you, Nick. Let's start with you, Nick.
No,
I think
that too. But the people that's commenting, I want them to state their reasoning too.
What you got, Nick? Let's state your case.
My case is pretty simple. Neo is very talented. He can write his ass off, you know. But I've never. I can't. His music don't give me the same feeling that Maxwell's does. Maxwell's shit make me feel like grown and sexy.
Yeah, and that's what his music is for. Neo is more. Neo can take it there, but Neo doesn't, drip. I guess the sexiness that Maxwell drip, right? Pause. So it's a different vibe. It's a different vibe. Man, this is a tough one. Mark, state your case, man.
I'm gonna tell you, like I said, I think Neo's projects are really good. But what I think
Yo,
I mean, bro,
is
about
bugging.
what I think about a lot, what I like about Neo the most is really the stuff that he did outside of his projects. You know what I mean? The shit that he did on everybody else shit. You know what I'm saying? From the writing to the guest appearances and all of that. I think that pushes Neo over the top because I'm just like, yo, it was
That's
a time where Neo, you know what I mean, for like he was the guy to have on your record.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Whether it's writing it, singing or whatever. You know what I mean? A lot of hip hop guys used him on a lot of hooks. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, I can't just ignore that like it didn't happen.
That's a great point, Mark. That's a great point. That's a great point. How about you, Merv?
I got Neo.
Yo, Tito bugging. You heard me at a cookout.
Man, shit. I mean, it's a whole bunch of people you ain't going to hear the cookout. That depends on where you at.
Yeah, probably so. But I got Neo, man. I don't know if a lot of people, like this, but a lot of people that I end up listening to more are people that make music that I can feel, relate to, or feel like, damn, was this nigga in my fucking head? You know, like I can't sing worth a motherfucking damn. But when I'm by myself, there's so many goddamn Neo songs I was singing like, yo,
Facts,
I was in that motherfucking situation, nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like Neo got a lot of songs that resonates with me. But he also makes good fucking music. He has good production. And like Mark said, them features that he be on, oh my God. He kills it. That nigga's like Drake. That nigga's like the R&B version of Drake on his features, yo.
Yeah.
That nigga's on a feature.
Yeah.
He kills it.
Probably he's Drake before Drake. You know what I'm saying? You know, when Drake comes on a feature and sings, we ain't even talking to rapping, him singing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Neo was doing that before Drake. You know what I mean? So Drake probably studied that and was able to find a lane. You know what I mean? For another lane of what he's doing.
Yeah.
Right. Yo, and when that Sexy Love beat come on,
that Mr.
Yo.
Independent with the remix with that's Jamie and Fabulous, right?
Oh, you talking about the Jamie Jones with Fabulous and
that's Neo, right?
Yeah, that's Neo.
Yeah. Neo. That's Neo.
Yeah, that's
Neo. Well, she got her own. You know what I mean?
She got her own. Yeah.
Yeah,
Independent.
Yeah. Yo, look, I'm gonna say like this: when that record came out, yo, every chick, you know what I mean, for real, was playing that shit. Yeah. I mean, blasting it loud. I'm like,
that Neo make me better.
That's Neo too.
Make me better. That's Neo,
that's
right?
Neo too. Yeah.
Yeah, like
So Sick.
Yeah.
Sexy Love. Yo, Neo got some. Bangers. I gotta go Neo.
Busted Baby. I mean, the joint was
sorry, Nick.
They still playing that.
I'm sorry, Nick.
I hated that song. That song was so gross. I call her wet and all this. Ew.
What song?
That Busted Baby song you was talking about.
Yeah,
I call her wet and all of this.
Yeah, I call her my little wet. I ain't gonna lie, I hated that song.
Yeah.
I don't like that guy anyhow. I don't like him anyhow. Plies. I'm not a Plies fan, but man, everyone it's still almost a toss up. So we got to find a tiebreaker here.
Maxwell sings romantic music, something that is missing in today's music industry. Everybody want to talk about sex and fucking. One day I was in an Uber. Chris Brown is singing about eating somebody's ass. Like, I don't know what that is about. It's strange. Crazy. I want to bring back the romance. Thank you, Maxwell. Yeah. Like, I don't need to hear songs about eating ass. That's
we are literally split down the middle on this one. So this may become a moot point.
No, I'm not saying Neo. I'm talking about romance.
So I have a question, Shawn.
Yep.
All right. So you said we gotta come with a tiebreaker. Like everybody, I got Neo. So when we talk about Neo versus Maxwell It's almost like I forgot who Luther Vandross went against. I had picked Luther.
You're right, Natasha.
Oh no, it was Luther against Prince.
I picked Luther.
You picked Luther,
and I said Luther was he's so strong in that niche that he's in. He has one niche, but he's so motherfucking powerful in that niche, and that's why I went Luther. I think this is the same situation. Maxwell is strong in that niche, but Neo can get on the same level as Maxwell. He has the ability to. He also can make party songs, upbeat songs. He can make you feel good. He can make you feel in love. Like
somebody help Natasha out, please.
That Neo had. Maxwell only hit you with one emotion.
Yeah, that's a good point, Murph. That's a damn good point, actually. Neo may have more range because he can hit you with so many different levels of R&B to the point where it can blend into a little bit of hip hop if he have to get into that bag. And he's a hell of a writer, and he wrote some classics for many. My vote is Neo. The comments, Tina said the comments are leaning heavy towards Max.
It's about half and half.
I think it's half and half.
Yeah,
I haven't had a chance to count it,
or
but
something like that. It may be like 51-49, but
it's a tough one. I think honestly, I think it's a moot point regardless because the winner goes up against Usher. So I guess the question would be,
well, who Mark had?
Mark, who you had?
No, I had Neo.
Mark had Neo.
Oh shit! What the fuck are we talking about? It's 3-1.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would just like to say
on
Black Summer's Night, Maxwell does have a song called "Help Somebody." It's not about romance, so he can, do other things as well.
So let's do this. We got enough time. Let's do Usher versus Max, and then Usher versus Neo. I think Usher smoked both of them, but
I think Usher blows out. I think Usher blows out Max much more than he blows out Neo. You can make an argument with Neo versus Usher. I don't think you can make any argument with Maxwell versus Usher.
I don't think you can.
No.
I don't think you can, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't think you can.
Man, shoot. Usher, goodness, you know what I mean? That boy.
Usher could get his bag. You know what I'm saying? He could get in there, make you feel good, that romantic bag. Then he could make you in that party bag. So both Usher and Neo both have the ability to go in separate bags and have a lot of different range. But Usher just did it fucking better. Like it's nothing fucking with Confessions.
No.
And then you gotta understand Usher Yami jumps on features. And then he kills it there too. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, man, what else? You know what I mean?
No, I mean Maxwell, man, it's tough because I like Maxwell and I like Neo. I lean more towards Neo just because of the range. When you're talking about discography, you're talking about writing for himself, writing for others. He did a song with NSYNC that was dope. You know what I mean? The song "Ladies If You're Single," something I forgot the shit go. It's something like that, but it was a dope song. For him to make a song for them, and at the time where their careers are done, and made it a dope song. I mean, you got to go Neo, but in the sake of argument, because I do see a lot of Maxwell in the comments, adding it up, there are more Maxwell, and I think Maxwell is a preferred choice. I didn't make this knowing the top will be biased. You got to go, but Usher is number one in the 2000s.
Yeah, I mean
that's easy.
That's
on.
Confessions came out in 2003, I think.
3.
No, 4, right? Was that 4?
No, I came out with 4.
It was 4.
4? Okay.
No, I think it was fall. I think fall 03.
Let me see. Hold up.
Nick, you had a question, Nick?
Y'all was in Queensbridge Projects listening to NSYNC?
Got him.
Yo.
That's what's up.
Yo,
no,
don't do that. Don't do that.
It was top of 04, Murph.
In your Timberland boots?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Hey, so so I got a funny story.
I'm not jealous of Maxwell. Why would I be jealous of Y'all tripping. The Josh trip. I'm not jealous of Maxwell.
Hey, listen, I got a funny story. So, like when Confessions came out, I was like everybody else. I was
Bridge
rocking
is
the
really
hell out
over
that shit. Like, I
now.
listened to the fucking album all
They
the
gotta be
goddamn
snacks.
time, right? All the goddamn time. And my favorite song on there is actually the song Confessions. When motherfucker talking about set up, did the intro and everything. So I'm liking the fuck out the song. Man, how about a motherfucker went through that shit?
Merv, you said it like we are like we surprised.
Yo, motherfucker knock on my door 3 o'clock in the goddamn morning. Like what you doing here?
Merv, when you saying this like we know your story.
Hey.
You said like we put to say, really? You had a confession moment? Like we didn't have an aha moment, Merv. Like we know this is who you are.
Hey, yo, listen. Till it was a false alarm, but until that shit got resolved, I was like, fuck Usher. Hey, motherfucker, 3 o'clock in the morning talking about Merv, I'm definitely pregnant. I said, wait, for me? Like,
Merv, this is chapter 6 in Merv. My life is fucked up book. My life is fucked up. Thank you for reading. That's chapter 6. So Merv, we know this. So can we all agree that Usher is the undisputed number 1? Like undisputed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for the
in this decade, easy.
Okay.
Easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Natasha is really into this Maxwell thing. Like she made a lot of raunchy comments about Maxwell.
Yeah.
Hey,
Like she's still making
but you know what? Everybody has a Hollywood crush. So you know,
that might be
that's probably a Hollywood crush right there.
So
yeah.
let me ask y'all this, and I want to, because I just saw Fee's comment, but I do want to ask this: is there anybody from the 2000s that you felt should have been in this top 10 list? Because I want to give my opinion on who I thought should have been in this list, but I was voted against not having this person in the list. I said Justin Timberlake should have been in this top 10 list. I felt that Justin Timberlake could have replaced a couple of people. I think Justin Timberlake could have replaced Jaheim, to be quite honest, in my humble opinion. But I was told,
Future Sex Love Sounds?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was saying
that was my shit for
I
like
was
5
arguing
years.
to the end. I was arguing to the end that Justin Timberlake should not be on here. Merv argued with me.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
Sean,
what
if you call me out, I'm gonna call your ass out. It wasn't Merv. Don't do that, goddammit.
I know it was the ladies.
Okay, don't do that.
Okay, it was the ladies. It was the ladies.
Merv
didn't back me up.
It wasn't me.
Merv didn't back me up. I needed Merv to support me at that time.
It wasn't me.
No, but what I'm saying is that why you got voted down because of what happened with Janet? Yeah, I mean that's why Justin got voted out. It had to be that.
Mark,
people were riding with Justin before that.
I was riding with Justin Timberlake. Merv.
Okay, that's true. That's true. It is.
But you're right, and Nikki P. To that point, I was told that as well, and I had to concede. I said, "You're right. You're right. This is Black Music Month, so I will concede because I really, I want it to be universal about and show love to everybody, but I had to concede to that.
You just had a man crush on Justin Timberlake.
No, not at all. I'm just saying that I thought that his catalog was just as strong as a Jaheim catalog or even a Tank catalog. And he had to sit this one out. He got to sit this one out.
Yeah, to sit it out.
Yeah, for the culture.
So it was hard putting together.
Hey, Shawn.
Who else was out back then?
Wait a minute.
I didn't see that comment.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Is what you call 2000s or 2010s? Miguel. Is Miguel
2010s?
Okay. All right. I'll just check it.
Yeah. So is there anybody out there, anyone who's watching tonight in the comments, if there's anybody we felt that we left off, put it in there. We felt that we had a good list of all of those who were actually from the 2000s. But if there's anyone that you feel like we missed, And we purposely left some people. Trey Songz would
Hey,
be more
Natasha,
to
we had Trey
2010.
Songz.
He's tens. He's tens.
2010 is Trey Songz. Relax, Tina. Relax, Tina.
But you know what though?
Tyrese?
Here's a question though. With
So-
Drake, y'all mean? But let me ask you a question. Y'all mean
All right.
it's really for the next era. But with Drake singing more, would he actually qualify for 2010s? I'm just
No.
asking.
No.
Okay.
No. He would. He borderline, but no.
Okay.
Nick said Tyrese. We argued about Tyrese.
We did.
We argued about Tyrese. Merv and I was on the Tyrese bandwagon, but
we was outvoted.
we
Wait a
got
minute,
outvoted by some ladies. Man, I'm going to say the names.
Wait a minute. Can I wait? Well, let me ask y'all a question then. Do y'all think y'all mean, bro? I ask y'all mean all y'all mean. Does Tyrese have more than any artist y'all mean on the list? Y'all mean that you think?
I think Mervin. I think our argument, Mervin, correct me if I'm wrong. I think our argument was around Jaheim, Tank, and Tyrese being like in the same area.
Yeah.
Okay.
We felt like Jaheim, Tyrese, and Tank was kind of like,
Yep.
which one? It was like this.
Yeah. And Fee, we got D'Angelo in the 90s. We
Okay.
got D'Angelo in the 90s.
Okay.
So D'Angelo is on the list. He's on the 90s list.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said who was on the secret panel?
The Carl Thomas was also Carl Thomas was we had Carl Thomas label in the 90s as well. We'll talk about that when we talk about the 90s because that was another argument. That was another argument.
All right.
Yes,
Did Akon make any lists? No? Okay.
Akon.
I emphatically no.
Yeah.
They say Akon.
And we felt that
You like that?
Tyrese-
Was that your shit? That little smack that song? Marc?
Yeah, smack that. Oh, smack that.
All over the floor and all that.
Yeah, that was.
No, I like the Locked Up record until
We
he let Snitch 9 on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Killer.
Yeah, that was
Avant. I
wild.
argue Avant. Look for the 90s. The 90s is Avant. Because we argued the 90s with Avant on that one as well. Yes. So you're on the right track. Fee, with Tyrese, the only thing that stood up with Tyrese, his catalog wasn't strong enough. Although you would probably put him in the same bucket as Jaheim and even Tank, he just didn't have a strong enough.
Over both
Yeah,
of them.
he didn't have a strong enough catalog. His discography wasn't strong enough. Had strong songs, but not a discography. Yeah, facts. Akon goes in the same category with Nate Dogg. Like,
that's facts.
But I saw Killer Flex put Avant out there. I got to go back and look at the list again.
Yeah.
Well,
Man,
Mario, he didn't have enough.
Mario and Chris.
Mario didn't have enough.
Yeah.
And what's going to have records? He
Joe-
has some records. That Bobby Valentino guy.
Natasha, Joe is
He
90.
had like that one.
Yeah, Joe
I mean,
is
I know
90.
he had two, but did anyone
And-
listen to the second one?
And Kells is 90s as
Kells is
well.
90s.
Yeah,
Are y'all
Joe is
just throwing
90s,
names out
Kells
there?
is 90s.
Y'all even think about the decade?
Wait a minute. What about the other boy? Wait a minute. Is he 2000s Raheem Devon or he 10?
2010.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
Raheem
yeah,
Devon.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saving Chris Brown for, the 2010s?
You
Yeah.
got to.
Chris
Yeah,
Brown
yeah.
dominated the whole decade. So he's 10s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
This was tough. Like,
Hey, y'all, we're doing 10s next week. What we doing next week?
is it 10s or
doing
90s
90s?
this week?
Is it 90s or are we doing 10s? I
I
think
know
I thought we was
doing
going back to
10s and saving 90s for last. Since 90s was gonna be the next strongest one. We thought about
90s
saving
is
that
the
for
most
last.
controversial one.
Yeah.
The
So we thought about saving
10s,
that for last.
yeah, 10s is kind of like but the 90s is really controversial. Flex, we are going to do groups. We're going to do females, the women artists as well. We did women artists a few weeks ago, but we're going to kind of break it down as well. and we are going to do groups, and we're also going to do on the Caribbean as well. We're going to show love to our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean as well.
Hey.
Yep.
Oh yeah, in the dream.
I got my outfit.
Not when they came out, the decade that they peaked at.
Yeah. Nick already got things lined up for the Caribbean.
Oh yes, listen. I got my little dress on. I'm gonna be see-through with my bra and my titties out. I got my feathers from Caribbean, you know, from Carnival. I'm ready.
Oh, because I'm drooling.
I was in the movie.
Boomerang.
Yeah, Natasha, we're gonna keep it straight to the culture. Yeah. We're keeping it straight to the culture. So this is Black Music History Month, so we're gonna keep it to the culture. But we respect
Guyana. Listen, that's Guyana? Don't even worry. Listen, I got the soca. I'm putting Marc onto the soca. We gonna represent groovy. We gonna represent, power soca. We gonna represent, the jab soca.
I'll say like
one of y'all need to dress up. One of y'all need to put the horns on her and make yourself all black and greasy.
Yeah, I'm straight.
I'm trying to tell you, if you ain't never been to one of them soca Johns, like
Lyman.
Yeah, I'm good. Hopefully I'll be
shit is ridiculous.
Hopefully I'll be there by Friday. Hopefully Friday night I'll be doing that.
Marc, there's a great. I'm gonna tell you about it. It's when the flyers come out. There's a really good one in August. It's my favorite.
Okay. All right. Cool. So, that worked.
I want to throw it out there right now. Like anyone out there who's listening, who's commenting, if you are from the Caribbean, if you are from the islands, any form of the islands, please drop some of your most, I guess, the songs and the albums that resonate with you from the islands, because we do want to get feedback on that. We want to make sure that we hit every facet, every angle of the Caribbean music once we get to that side of that bag, because we are going to do that to celebrate this month's music. We're trying to hit every plateau of music, every genre when it comes to Black Music Month. We want to hit all of it. So please help us out with that. I'll be the first to say that I'm not up to speed on all of that. So I would love, and I don't know Marc. If Marc is into it as well. I don't think Merv is. I'm not sure if Merv is deep into it. I know just a little bit, but I'm more of the toasting. I love the toasting from of course Jamaica, but that's about it. I got some of that catalog stash in my playlist, but not a lot. So we would definitely love to have your input. Drop everything that you can in our group. You can message us. You can message Nick, and she will help curate the actual list so we can have something to bounce off of. We know that, and Nick is going to do that. I know Tina is also Jamaican descent as well. Parents are Jamaican, so I'm sure they'll get together. Nick and Tina get together and create a list for us so we can rep it the right way. And if anyone else out there from the islands, if you can help us out with that, we'll much appreciate that. Hey,
Natasha, I got you. Togetherness is like an anthem.
Hey, good show tonight. Right. This was tough. I know there was a lot of controversy around some of the rankings, and some of the actual layout as far as the structure that we had. But that was by design. We wanted it to be more of a debate. We didn't want it to like it was a wash, although we knew Usher would probably come out number one because it is Usher. You know what I mean? We wanted to make sure that we kind of build up to that. And I think some of the comments and also thanks Fee. I think some of the comments and everything that we all shared and just some of the dialogue we shared was actually pretty good in comparison to the list. Because I was really worried. We worked on this list for a few days. Reached out to several people for different backgrounds of music just to get their thoughts on it. We did our own research on discography, album sales, everything you can name. We try to put in different buckets to make it make sense. I'm not hating on Maxwell. Stop it, Natasha. I'm not hating on Maxwell. Maxwell is great, but he's not Usher great. There's a difference. But
Well,
we
man,
wanted to make
that's Tasha
sure.
Hollywood Crush. I keep telling y'all that.
Yeah, Natasha's going bananas over Maxwell. Before I get my last piece, I want to go to you first, Mark. So, what are your final thoughts for tonight, homie?
Man, I'm gonna tell you. First thing, it was great to be back after a week off. You know what I mean, to rock out with y'all. That's number one. You know what I'm saying? Number two, I didn't even know, you know, we were gonna have as much debate as we had in the 2000s. Yeah, we know that. We already know. You know what I'm saying?
Grief.
Yeah, the 2000s, you know what I mean, for music tournament. Like, I didn't know we was gonna have spark this type of debate, but it did, which, you know what I mean, for real was good. It was some good artists. I might disagree a little bit with the placement or whatever, but I'm gonna tell you one thing that I liked about, you know what I mean, talking to all y'all and everybody in the comments. I'm like, man, yo, my what you call was swayed a little bit. My opinions was swayed a little bit. Y'all made
that's
some
hard to do.
convincing. Y'all made
It's
some
hard to do.
convincing arguments in this thing. I'm just
Mark
like,
is
yo, I
struggling.
didn't even think of that. So that was love right there, man. So I'm just like, man, I appreciate everybody, you know, coming through and just kind of giving their spill. Ain't nobody hating, you know what I mean? That's just your ball. You know what I mean? Accept it. You know what I mean? That's your ball. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Hey, man, yo, Tasha, that's you. Other chicks want to do that shit.
Tell
I'm
him,
about to
yeah,
do that
Mark.
after I leave here.
Yeah, Mark.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Straight up.
Mark.
Anyway, you know what I'm
After you
saying?
leave here,
Yeah, you know. But anyway, you know what I mean? For a shout to everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all definitely came through. Good opinions, good dialogue. I appreciate it all.
Indeed. Everybody stay on real quick. I do have a couple of announcements afterwards, after everybody give their last. So please stay on. Killer Flex, all of y'all, please stay on. We got some final announcements. Merv, what you got for us, homie?
Yo, good show. Like Mark said, y'all, this motherfucker was actually hard to me. It was more difficult than doing the 80s. Like the 80s, yeah. Everyone that we brought up, I was locked in. I knew exactly which one I'm going with. You know what I'm saying? I knew exactly what I was gonna say. Even when I picked Luther Vandross over Prince, I was like, what? And I gave my argument, but this one right here was like, damn. It was a lot of times I had to pivot, listen to y'all, and like, oh, I might need to retract. You know what I'm saying? Like Mark said, like, oh shit, they right.
That was
you know what I'm saying? Because real shit, I was before we started talking, I was picking Jaheim. And then we started talking like, oh, okay, all right, y'all got me. Good talking points, great conversation about music and shit. Music is one of the things that's just it makes you feel some kind of way, whether good, bad, or different, and it brings people out. It brings people together, whether we might agree or we agree to disagree, or we still just enjoy talking about good artists, good production, and good music and shit like that. And just to let y'all know, we got 4 decades. There's a winner of each decade. After that, we got one more show, and we're doing the final 4 from every decade. So right now, y'all, is Michael Jackson have made it from the 80s. Usher have made it from the 2000s. All right, so it might be Michael Jackson versus Usher. We don't know, but we got 2 more decades we got to talk about over the next 2 weeks, and then that following week is the champion of the decades that we're gonna really dive into. So, your next 3 weeks of R&B music, y'all, I'm excited, and we appreciate everybody that's been checking us out and commenting and fucking with us.
Absolutely. Nick, our esteemed guest, what's going on, man? What you got for us?
First off, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I always love coming on here and hanging out with y'all. Indeed. So I found out that Queensbridge niggas was, selling rocks while they was, while listening to NSYNC. Mark loves Philly, as he should. He got the city on his back, as he should. Merv is still a mess. So
a mess.
But yeah, it's like I hadn't thought about Unpredictable in a while. You know what I'm saying? And so really getting into these albums and digging them up, it was like, yo, these are some really dope ass projects. Like at first when it was like 2010s, I was like, I mean 2000s, I was like, but no, like it was really some dope music back then.
Yeah, yeah. This whole setup was really designed to like get us to start thinking about how great music was in comparison to today. Today's music is different. You have so many misses when it comes to music, and we wanted to take a trip down, just nostalgia, just to kind of talk about some of the music that like really resonated with us. We saw people in the comments really talking about some of their favorite moments of music. Natasha was really talking about the Maxwell thing over and over. And Merv gave his story, chapter 6 in his book, about the Confessions album. And I know that I knew Music Soul Child was going to hit Marc. When I actually saw it on the list, I said this one's going to hit Marc because Music Soul Child, if no one knows, Music Soul Child actually was working with your brother, right, Marc? At one point. So I know that one is more personal to Marc because he was probably there during the creation of that album and just the whole vibe around music and just the whole energy around music's catalog. So we wanted to use this as like, just that memory lane, that trip down memory lane to talk about those albums and those songs and those artists, because all these artists are great. It's really hard to like put them 1 through 10, right? Unless, of course, it's Usher, right? But it's hard to really construct the actual list of such great talent and such great artists. And we're not putting them in a list to shit on them. It's really about making sure that we put our arms around them and so much we appreciate them, but also acknowledge other ones who are beasts out there. So again, thank you all for rocking with us tonight, for bearing with us tonight. Next week, we're going to go into the 2010s, and then we're going to go into the 90s. 90s is going to be a tough one because that's the one that's going to create a lot of arguments, probably. Yeah, it's going to create a lot of controversy. And yes, we're not going to, let me put it like this. We know R. Kelly's situation, all right? We know that. But we cannot erase him from the books, all right? So we are going to talk about,
and we won't.
We're gonna, we won't. All right. A lot of you had kids because of R. Kelly. All right. So we're gonna we're gonna continue to talk through it. We don't support the dude like that, but we're doing this for music. We're going to talk about music. We're not talking about the man. We're talking about the music. Quick shout out to Blackjack TV, shout out to YouTube, shout out to Facebook Live, shout out to the crew, shout out to the street team General Tayson, shout out to the Lullers. The Lullers came through last night and smashed Shawn in the head with a great topic. We talked about that in the beginning. Nick J was on there as a featured guest, their first featured guest. I want to give a shout out to Killer Flex as well. Killer Flex, I don't want to put their business out there, but Killer Flex is one of the Lullers' husband, Nikki P's husband, and he's a major supporter. Killer Flex was posting a few times last night, telling everybody to continue to support the movement and support the Lullers. And he was on here tonight in the comments telling everybody to support us as well. So we appreciate that love from Killer Flex out there in Charlotte, North Cackalack, not too far from me and Merv. Shout out to Tina. She was actually had to hop in the background to help us with the comments because it started getting crazy. So thank you, Tina, for hopping on and rocking with us as well behind the scenes. Shout out to my man Stacks. We had to kick Stacks out because he's still suffering over the Lakers' loss. I'm sure he'll get over it. If not, so be it. So we are really appreciative to all of the support from everybody. This is a family. This is a movement. We thank you all for rocking with us. Again, we love to get insight from everybody. We love to get ideas from everybody. We love to get opinions from everybody on what we can talk about. And we want to bring y'all out there. We're going to get Killer Flex on here one night when he gets ready. We're going to have Killer Flex on here talking about sports and hip hop and music in general and anything you want to talk about. But we got that lined up as well. So with that said, again, thank you all. Shout out to Natasha for the comments tonight and all the Maxwell love. I'm sure that Maxwell publicist will see this and get it back to him to make sure that she's blocked. She's going to be blocked from the fan page. Natasha's comments about Maxwell will get reported. So she will be on the no contact list for Maxwell fan page. So that would be numero uno. And shout out to Fee for dropping in a comment. Shout out to Nikki P. Shout out to Mia, Becca, Tina, the whole squid. Shout out to everybody. We'll see y'all again tomorrow night. Back with y'all again on Wednesday night. And hey, salute to all of y'all. Thank you so much. And peace. I am exhausted.